Building your own Shopify store is easier than you think. In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to create a professional e-commerce website using Shopify from start to finish. Whether you're selling handmade crafts or some digital products, or maybe you're trying to start a fundraiser or you just want to get into dropshipping for the first time, Shopify makes it really easy for you to grow your business and start it up. Now let me put your mind at ease. Today's video is aimed at the absolute beginner of web design. If you've never created a website before, that's perfect. I'll show you everything that you're going to need. First, I'm going to get you started with creating a Shopify account. After we create your Shopify account, I'll show you how to choose a professional theme for your website. And don't worry, it's completely free. After that, I'm going to show you how to add products to your website as well as product collections to your site. Next, I'll show you how to customize your website by changing out the color, images, buttons, and text. After we customize the website, I'm going to show you how to configure payments on your website so that you can get paid. Finally, after everything else has been set up, I'm going to show you guys how to purchase your domain name as well as a web hosting plan with Shopify so that your site is officially online. Until the last step of this video, we're going to be using the free trial of Shopify so you can get started with no initial investment. That way you can try this out worry-free. Now, throughout this video, you can use the right or left arrow keys to go forward or backwards by 5 seconds to help you if you missed anything. In addition to all of that, I'm also going to put timestamps of this entire video down in the description below, so you can go ahead or skip to any part of the video at any time. If I'm going a little too slow for you, you can always change the playback speed by clicking on the little gear icon on this video and changing the playback speed to something a little more appropriate for you. So if you're ready to follow along with me, let's go ahead and get started. First, make sure you head over to Shopify's website and you can sign up for an account. And I've made it easy for you. Just click on the first link that's down in the description, or you can go to createaprowebsite.com/Shopify and you'll see this page. Now, we worked out a deal with Shopify to get you started with a 14-day free trial, which is perfect for getting everything set up without an initial investment. And after the 14 days is up, your first month is only going to be $1, which is a pretty sweet deal. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right in. All right. And so when you go to createaprowebsite.com/Shopify, you'll be taken to this page right here. And basically you're looking for the text bar right here where you can enter in your email address. Otherwise, I mean, they might have updated their website since when I record this to when you're watching this video, we'll see. But anyways, you're just wanting to enter your email. That's how you get started. Also notice you go to createaprowebsite.com/Shopify. It's going to take you here. From here, we're going to enter in our email address and then click on Start Free Trial. Next, it's going to have like its regular onboarding process. I mean, you go to any hosting provider, Hostinger, Namecheap, GoDaddy, anything like that, and you sign up to start building websites. They're always going to have an onboarding process. So here we are. You can always skip it and have a uncustomized experience. Like if you're an expert to building websites, for example, like me, if you're an expert, you can always just skip and just, you know where everything is. Like I've built tons and tons of Shopify stores, so I don't have to always customize my experience. For you guys though, as a beginner, we're going to go through the steps. So here we go. But you can skip all if you don't want to do it. And this isn't really going to affect anything in the tutorial, except for like a little bit later on when you see your dashboard, some things might be different. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. And it's not going to affect how you customize the website, any of your payment processors, nothing. So here we go. It says, let's get started. Which one of these best describes you? If you're already selling a website, on a website, or in person, or if you're just starting out. So I'm going to say just starting out, like we're complete beginners, and click on next. And then from here, it's going to ask, where are we selling? Where are you going to sell? Are we doing it online only? Are we doing it in person? Like you have a brick and mortar store and you're bringing your website online, your business online? Are we doing an existing website and blog and you're doing affiliate marketing? Are you doing social media marketing like on TikTok or Instagram or something like that? Online marketplaces like Etsy, Amazon, or something like that. You guys can decide what's right for you. I'm going to say I'm just some guy who wants to start making money online and I'm going to build my e-commerce website, make money from home. That's what I'm doing. So we're going to click on next. And then what do you plan to sell? So what are you selling? Are you going to do products that you buy or make yourself? Like you keep track of your inventory and you ship it out to people? Are you going to do digital products, which obviously are not tangible, so you don't have to deal with inventory or shipping? Are you going to do drop shipping, which basically means you're not really going to even touch the shipping tab in your website because the manufacturer is going to do it for you whenever you drop ship? Are you going to do services, which is another intangible, no inventory management, or are you going to do print on demand? So you guys pick what you want. I'm going to say I am actually shipping physical product that I either make or I buy myself and then I'm selling. So that's what we're going to do here. We'll click on next. And finally, it's going to ask, where are you located? And so I'm going to say that I'm in the United States because that's where I am. So you guys can pick wherever you are and then click on next. And then finally, it's going to ask you to log in. Sometimes it asks you to create an account. I actually already have an account with this that I created off camera. So that's why it's asking me to log in instead of create a new account. What you're going to see is just sign in with either Apple, Facebook, Google, or your email. So you guys pick how you want to create your account and then you just click on it, enter in your password, or depending on if you clicked on Google or Apple or something like like that, it'll automatically insert for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter in my password, log in, and regardless of if you already have an account or if you are creating an account for the first time, you'll see this page. It's gonna build your store. So I'm gonna move that out of the way, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut to when it's done because it'll take a second. Welcome back. So now we are viewing our Shopify dashboard. Now, once you're logged in, you'll find yourself on the Shopify dashboard. This is your control center for managing your entire store. So the first thing that you wanna do is select a theme. Now, Shopify offers a variety of free and paid themes to choose from, and you can browse their entire library and choose whatever you like. However, for this tutorial, I'm actually just gonna stick to a free theme because I actually think they're pretty good despite the fact that they're free. Now, all you're gonna do is pick one that matches your brand or that you feel like you like, and then we're gonna start customizing it to your vision. This theme will be the foundation for your store's look and feel, so take your time and find the right one. Let's go ahead and take a look at their themes right now. So if any of you guys have ever used WordPress before, or you've watched any of my other tutorials, you'll know that WordPress themes really don't do much. I mean, they kind of change how you edit your header and footer and a couple of other changes, like if you're in a WooCommerce store. But when you're in Shopify, choosing a template and choosing a theme is basically the same thing. So themes have a lot more weight when you're choosing it inside of Shopify. So in order to do it, what we're gonna do is go over to Online Store on the left-hand side. And then from here, we're going to talk about how to add themes to your website. So right now you'll see the current theme is Dawn, and that's like the default theme that you always get when you create a new account with Shopify. And every time you create a new website, added 3 minutes ago. Cool. So whenever you create a new website, you get Dawn. If you guys want to customize your website, you click right here and you'll be taken inside of Dawn theme, and you can customize your website. If you want to add a theme, we just go down here to Theme Library, and then we click on Add Theme. And then we can say View the Store, or we upload it from a zip file or from GitHub, so that's up to you guys, but if you guys already know what you're doing. But we're gonna go to the Theme Store, and it'll open it up on a new tab just like this. All right, and then from here, we can take a look at the collections up on top. So you'll notice down below, let me go ahead and scroll down a little bit. You'll see that they have a ton of themes. You have to pay like $350 for this theme. $360, this one's free, so there's a free one right there. What do we have? $200, $360. You can look through all of their themes, and they've got some really cool ones. And I do recommend, like, if you're gonna make this a real business, you're gonna make a lot of money, you're gonna be, you know, hiring multiple people underneath you, maybe you do pay for one of the themes that you like with the features that you like. And you can do your own research, and I can do more videos on paid themes if you guys want. You know, let me know down in the description, and I can make a video on any of these themes for you guys. But we're not gonna pay for one in today's tutorial. We're gonna go free. So click on Collections in the top right here, and then click on Free Themes. And so from here, you can scroll through the entire library of themes that they have. They don't have many, but all of them are good. And I use them for a lot of clients whenever they don't want to pay for a theme. And I never really have any issues with them, so they're perfectly fine. So you guys can look through these. This one's a cool one, Trade. Ride is the one that we're gonna use in today's tutorial. So you click on it like this, and you can see pictures of it right here. You can see what the theme is great for, cart checkout, you get all this little details and everything down here. And then if you scroll up top, you can view a demo store, and then you can also try the theme. If you click on Try Theme, it's gonna install it right here in your theme library. And you should have a second tab where you can bounce back and forth because it opens on a new tab. But anyways, we can view the demo store, and it's going to open up the demo website that they have, and you can scroll through it. This is what your website's going to look like. So we've got a bunch of surfboards, it looks like. I really like the color scheme and the layout of the sections. That's kind of what I'm looking at when I look at themes. I like the color palette. I don't have to change it. And I'm going to be making a motorcycle website today because I like motorcycles, and that's just what I felt like using as the example. So I thought this theme would be perfect for the video. But scroll through it, take a look, take your time, decide what theme is right for you. But when you're ready to try the theme, you just go up here to the top right corner and click on Try Theme. And it's going to import it into your theme library, as you can see. And now you can see we have Ride in the theme library, and you'll notice that it's still loading. It's going to take a second to install onto your website. It can take like a minute to like 5 minutes or something like that. I haven't really seen it take that long, but sometimes it will, depending on your internet connection. You'll see right here that it's telling me that it's adding the Ride theme. So we don't have access to it yet. You'll see that it's grayed out right here. Now, the next step that's really important to do for your website, see, it just downloaded, so it's done. The next step that's important that we're going to do now, because now it's done loading, so I don't have to tell you about it, is we're going to publish the theme to our website. So right now you'll see that Dawn is still active. It's the current theme. This is just one of the themes that we have. We have to click on publish like this. It's going to say, hey, are you sure? It's going to replace all your information. That's okay. We're going to publish this because we haven't done anything. It's still a default website. So just click on publish. Okay. So now you'll see that they have swapped, and now Dawn's on the bottom just in your library. And then you have your new theme up on top, which is Ride. And so that's what we're going to be using today. So Ride is a really cool theme. It's already got its color ready to go. Now, one thing you'll notice is when we were looking at the demo store earlier, which here, let me just do that really fast. I'll click on Visit Store again. It's going to open a new tab. We can close out of that back tab, by the way. You don't have to follow along. I just want to show you. Okay, so don't follow along. Let me just show you. You'll notice that if we look at the demo site, as opposed to what we have, it's completely different. So the demo site looks like this with all the surfboards, and it's all, looks good. We go back to our website. You can click on the 3 dots right here and say preview. You look at our website and it doesn't look like that, right? We've got like graphic design, clothing, and that's it. As you can see, you scroll and there's nothing there. Go back here and you can scroll all the way down. So what happens when you download a theme is you're not downloading a website template. You're downloading a theme with all of the extra stuff ready to go, for lack of better words right now, because my brain's not working. You've got your color palettes, you've got your font choices with your font library. So that's why it's like the heading font and the body text font. You've got your button styles and everything in the theme, but the website structure isn't built. So we're going to have to build our website. It's not a template. It's just a theme. And I wanted to make that clear for you guys. Just in case any of you guys have built a WordPress website and you're used to downloading templates, it's a little different with Shopify. So anyways, just wanted to show you guys the pictures are obviously different and this is what we're stuck with. That's it. But that's okay. We're going to make all the changes that we have to. No big deal. So we're going to close out of that tab and go back to our Shopify dashboard. And at least now we have a current theme. So we're good. Okay. So now it's time to add products to your Shopify store. In this step, we're gonna navigate the product section for the dashboard and try adding our own products to the store. We're gonna enter all of the necessary details like your title, description, price, images, and then we're gonna organize them all into collections to make them easier for your customers to browse through. Let's go ahead and get started. So Shopify is the most intuitive website builder for e-commerce platform sites. I mean, they make this thing so easy, it's ridiculous. It's not like WooCommerce with WordPress where things are complicated. You have to go find all these special settings and everything. It's so user-friendly with Shopify. That's why I love using Shopify for building websites. Most of the time I recommend Shopify websites for clients because of how easy it is. But, and here's just a little pro tip for you guys, but Shopify is easier. The only thing is you're gonna lose some customization control. So with WordPress, you could create like really complex creative websites with all these cool animations and all this crazy stuff. Shopify, the customization is a little bit less, but it does make for like a very delightful experience in building it. So anyways, with that little pro tip out of the way, we can get back to adding products to your website. And the reason I say it's so easy is because you just have home, you got orders where you can track your orders, products right here where you can add new products or delete old ones, and customers where you can see all the customers that have created accounts with your website. So, I mean, it's so easy. We're going to go to the products tab right here and you'll see that we can add a new product to your website. You can also import if you have another e-commerce website with like a supported platform, you can import products from there, but I'm just going to show you guys how to add new ones. So we click right here on add new product. And next it's going to ask for all of the basic information. This is the same with every other website building platform. Whenever you build a product online, you're always going to have title, description. Sometimes like WooCommerce will have a short description. This one doesn't have a short description. It's just product title, description, pictures, pricing, and then your inventory tracking and all of that stuff. Now, for example, just to show you guys, if I go to Amazon.com, let's go to Amazon. And let's just pick like a random product. Let's just go with one of these Anchor phone chargers, for example. When we look at this product that we're about to build on our store, and it's going to look identical to this to a certain extent. Obviously, we're not Amazon, but you'll see we have the product picture right here, and we have the product supplementary pictures or the extra pictures, the side pictures. That's what we're going to insert right here under media. We can upload as many pictures or videos as we want. And as you can see, there's pictures and a video at the end. So that's what we're going to be installing right there. The product title is this whole thing, which people always try and make the titles massive to show all of the information just in the title. You see this all the time on Amazon. I'm sure you've shopped on Amazon before because it's everywhere. But so this is the title, and that's what we're going to insert right here under title. We have our description, which on our Shopify website, the description is going to be right underneath the price and title, like just a paragraph blurb right there. For Amazon, their description is like down here, like way down here underneath all of these specifications and variables. These are variables for, you can go a 2-pack or a 2-pack with a cable, black and white. And I'm going to show you guys how to do like color and stuff like that as well. But your description's way down here. And then they also have like the longer description, which is way down here, I think. Usually. Well, these are all the specifications, product information. Anyways, you get the idea. Amazon goes a little bit more in depth. Shopify, not so much, but you've got your description right here. And then we've got our category, which for Amazon, you can see the category right here is cell phone wall chargers by Anchor. But if I go to, in all of these categories right here, if I go to like electronics and then go for phone chargers, that's the category that we're building for our store. Pricing, as you can see, the price is full. And then we have a compare at price, which if you hover your mouse over the question mark, you'll see right there that it's got like the strike through on the $25 $5 at the bottom of that. And so it's just showing like what we're comparing to. That could be the product's on sale. And so it usually runs for $74, but now it's at $70. We're taking, you know, $5 off, $74.99 is what I'm imagining. Or it could be like a competitor price. You know, Samsung sells it for this, but we sell it for this much. That's the example. So that's just your compare at price. Whatever you put here in the price is striked out. Whatever you put here is what's actually going to be visible. And I'll show you guys that later. Let's see if Amazon's doing that right now. Is this on? Yeah. So this is like the price, and then this is the compare price, if that makes sense. Or I might have them backwards, but you just see what happens on your website, and then you just flip them if you need to. So I'm a huge proponent of just try it, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you just go fix it. It's super simple. You don't have to memorize everything. So that's what we're doing for price right here. Inventory, they're not going to see that on the front face for your clients. This is just for you to track your own inventory. You can uncheck the box and then there's nothing here, or you can track the box and then this is where you can say, based on location, if you chose brick and mortar locations, you could say there's 50 at the North store, there's 25 at the South store, we can ship between the two, blah, blah, blah. We can continue selling when we're out of stock. This is the box that disappears whenever we don't track quantity. So if we're tracking quantity on this one, if it's a physical product and it's not like drop shipped or it's not a digital product, we can continue selling when we're out of stock. So when this shop location, you know, when it says that I have like 0 products left, I can still sell. So it's like back orders. And then we can also add an SKU, which is a shopkeeping unit number, or I think that's what it stands for. I don't remember. It's basically like a barcode. It's like a license plate for your product. So we can check this and then we can say the SKU for this product is going to be 0001, for example, or 00001. Or some people like to go in the thousands. So they'll be like, this is 10,001, or this is like, you know, they'll have like a specific shopkeeping unit preference that they do. You guys can do whatever you want. I just do 4 zeros and a 1 just for tutorial sake. So anyways, all of that to say, I usually just kind of stick to a 00001 for my first product, 2 for the next, 3 for the next. And that's just what I do because it's for tutorials. You can have your own stock keeping process, however you want to do it. Anyways, once you get your inventory out of the way, you can come down to your shipping tab. And so this, you can add your customs information if you're going to be selling internationally. If not, like if you're in the US like I am, and you're going to be selling in the US, then you don't have to fill out your customs information. But you can say that this is a physical product or not. If it isn't, you're not going to have to track your quantity or anything like that. But if you are, or if it is a physical product and it's not digital or a service that you're doing, then you want to imply, or you want to insert the weight of the product. And so this is where you get the actual weight information. You'd plug it in right here and we'll fill this out in a second. But also these kinds of things are going to pop up in like the specifications, kind of like this area of Amazon. And so that's what that's going to be right there. Oh, I missed one thing. Apologies. Under pricing. So the one thing I forgot to talk about would be the cost per item right here. So let's just say your product is $10 and let's say that it only costs you $5 to make it. That's the cost per item. It's automatically going to give you your profit, which is $5, and your margin, which is $50. So let's say instead it cost me like $7 to make it and I'm selling it for $10, then I'm only making $3 profit. My margin's 30%. So that's kind of a cool little tool. It's not going to be visible to your visitors. It's only for you, but the fact that that's there is nice. So just wanted to show you guys that. Anyways, other than that, variants down below, because we already talked about shipping, variants down below, those are going to be things like size and color. So on Amazon, this would be like, if this was a t-shirt, for example, like if I just went to men's clothing, men's t-shirt, let me just find a random t-shirt. Here we go. So you've got color and you also have size. And so those are the variants that we're going to be doing. So let me go ahead and close out of Amazon. We don't need it anymore. Oh, well, I guess I could have shown you guys what tags, collections, vendors, and product types are, but variants right here, that's going to be size and color. You'll click the plus button, you create variants, and every time, like on Amazon, here, let me just do that real fast. So let me just open that up really fast. I'm going to go up here and just go back to Amazon. Go back to just a men's t-shirt and I'll show you guys the same t-shirt again. Okay, so those are the variants. If we scroll up, we've got tags. So basically what tags are right here is if I ever go to Amazon and I search for men's t-shirt, this product has a tag that says men's. It also says t-shirt, and then it also says men's t-shirt together, so that if I put in men's or t-shirt or men's t-shirt, hopefully this will show up. They also have it in their title. They also have it in descriptions and everything. So it's the search bar searches through everything, but tags really help if your descriptions aren't that great. Anyways, tags, this is where you would put, you know, if I'm selling a motorcycle, I would put sport bike if it's a sport. I would put Ducati if it's a Ducati motorcycle, that's a brand. You could put tags and things. It's just making it easily found. Is what tags are. Collections, you could enter in the collections. So if this is a sport motorcycle I'm selling, I could go over here and select my sport collection. And then anytime someone goes to that category or collection of sport bikes, they would see all of my sport bikes and this would be included, just as an example. And then you also have product type and vendor as well. So all of that being said, let's go ahead and actually add a product now that you know what they all look like and where they go. I like using Amazon as an example, but we'll close out of that. So let's go ahead and create our first motorcycle, and I'm going to just call it a Ducati motorcycle. I guess I could call it a Ducati sport bike. A Ducati sport motorcycle. I am not going to try and be very correct in my terminology for motorcycles. I love motorcycles. I'm not going to try and bore you guys with all of the specific brand names and all of that stuff. We're going to stay very simple for example purposes. But we've got a Ducati motorcycle. We can go to our description right here, and what we can do, if you guys don't already have one, is we can go to ChatGPT real fast, and I can just have it write me out a quick, oh, it's going to have me, hang on. Log in, try ChatGPT. Should already be logged in. There we go. I can just have it write out a product description. Write a product description. If I know how to type, that would be fast. We can try having ChatGPT write something out for us. And so as you can see, we've got specifications. It's the Ducati Sport 1000, all of this information that you might not need or you might need. And so now we've got a little product description. I'm just going to go ahead and copy this bad boy and throw it into our website, because why not? So Control V. And so I probably should have told ChatGPT to put the description at the top, whatever. So I'm actually just going to cut this out, Control or Command X. And we'll delete the word description. There we go. And then we can come up here, enter Control or Command V. So now we've got this right here. And then we can change this stuff to say things like, let's remove all that. Remove the asterisks. Bold this guy out. Specifications. That's what these asterisks mean whenever you copy from ChatGPT. So we got to go through the process real fast. Control B, do that, and that's everything. Perfect. So now we've got our description with specification and the about item and all of that stuff. Obviously, you would put in accurate information. This is just AI generating it for what I vaguely said was a Ducati sport bike. They have a lot of sport bikes. This could be any one of them. So whatever. Anyways, this is where you put in your description with all of your information. Okay, so after we're done putting in our description, let me just Command Alt C so I can paste that later. Once we have our description, we can come to media, and this is where we put in all of our images. So I can say upload new, and I can go over to my folder of images that I got off camera, and we'll go to our product images, and I have all of my Ducati sport bike pictures. We're going to open them up. This is going to take a second, so I'm just going to cut to when it's done. Aha, movie magic. Okay, so now all my pictures have loaded up and we're good to go. You'll see that we have under category, motorcycles and scooters and motor vehicles automatically. We could also create our own categories. So for the category, you can click here, click the back button, and you can select whatever you need. Shopify is really good about doing an automatic category system for you. I'm just going to say it's a motorcycle and a scooter for the category. That's not the same thing as a collection, which is over here on the right-hand side. Those you create manually, and they're like categories on your website. This is just Shopify categorizing it for you, by the way. So after that, you'll see that we have one big image and then the rest are small. That's just showing this is the primary image. And then these are the rest right here. We can go ahead and scroll down and we see pricing right here is $10. That's not accurate. I don't know how much Ducati goes for. I don't care to know right now. We're just going to say 20,000, let's say 25,000. I don't know how much they go for. $25,000 for a brand new sport bike. Let's go with it. If we wanted to, we could say it's on sale, or it's a comparison price to whoever the competitor is, and we could say it's on sale for like 23,000. You know, 23,000 like that. And again, let me just preview this to make sure I have those correct, but I believe this is going to be shown and this is going to have a strike through. So if well, let's just hit save really quickly. Okay, and then once it's done saving, then we can preview. So I'll click on preview, opens a new tab, and so now we can see all of the details right here, as well as it's for $25,000. And so you'll see it's going off of the 25,000, so I must have done something wrong. Enter a price higher than your original price. So this would have to be the 25. And this would be the 23. There we go. Save. We'll wait for it to save. We scroll to the top. We hit preview. And now you'll see, perfect. Okay, so it's on sale. It usually is $25,000. Now it's on sale for $23,000. So that's pretty cool. So we can close out of these tabs, close out of this one as well, go back to the product tab. And so that is the compare price versus the price. So the compare price has to be higher. You're welcome for going through the steps for you. Anyways, are we going to charge tax on this product? And it's yes or no. And we're going to have to set up our own tax later on in the settings. We'll go over to settings and change our tax settings. So for now, it's just yes or no. And I'm going to say yes, we're charging tax on the product. We can also say our cost per item. That's how much it costs to develop or have the product ready before we ship it to the customer. You guys can do that and get your profit and margin for yourselves. Next, we've got the inventory, the SKU, which is 00001, because it's our first product. Are we going to track the quantity? Which location is it at? And all of that stuff you guys can decide. You can also turn that off and now it's not going to show. But we are tracking quantity. I mean, you can decide if you want to sell when you're out of stock or not. I'll say no. And then you guys can decide which location has how much. Okay, next we have shipping. You would go and find out how much this bike weighs, which actually is going to say, so it's 407 pounds dry. Dry means with no gas in the tank. So we'll just say 407 pounds. 407. So 407 pounds, there we go. And you guys can add your customs information if you need to. Variants, this is where we're gonna add some more variants in a second here. We've got category meta fields. So these are things from the automatic category that's being pulled right here. Motorcycles and scooters for Shopify. You guys can edit these if you want to. Vehicle features, headlights, LED lighting. You know, if you motorcycle drive type, it's chain. If you have something else, or if it's electric, or if it's manual transmission or automatic, you guys can add these in here depending on what the product is, because you know your product and I don't. So variants are what I wanted to show you next how to set up. You'll click right here and we can change body color because I've got blue and red pictures. I poorly photoshopped the pictures, so please don't hold me to them, but we've got body color and we can add colors. So I'm going to say blue and I'm going to say red right here. We've got blue and red. I'm going to put red to the front because red's the standard color, blue's the secondary. We'll say done. So now we have two variants. You'll see them appear down below. So for the red, we're going to click on the picture icon and we'll choose the red motorcycle. And then for blue, click on the picture. There we go. And we can select blue. Done. And so now we can say how many we have available. So that's the stock keeping, how many blue and how many red we have. That's just your inventory. Your pricing. So maybe it cost more to have a blue motorcycle. I don't know why. When I bought my Kawasaki Ninja ZX6R, the blue one was cheaper by like $1,000 or like $2,000 because it was just standard blue, or I could get like the racing livery, which is, you know, it was going to be like neon green with black, white, and it says Kawasaki Racing on the side and all that stuff. So you could say that blue is cheap and then red is $24,000, for example. You guys can set up your own prices, and just for fun, I'll say it's $24,000 for blue because my motorcycle's blue, so I just want to say that I have the more expensive one. Anyways, you'll see that in a second whenever we actually preview the product. So now the last thing you can do at the very bottom is search engine listing. And so this is how it's going to view if someone just Googles it. If they just go right here and they search motorcycle Ducati Sport, this is how it's going to look on the search engine listing. You guys can edit this and it's not going to affect the title and description on your actual website. It automatically is pulling from there by default, but you can have them be completely different. So we can scroll on down and we can click on the little pencil icon to edit. And we could say Ducati Sport motorcycle on sale, South Austin, or something like that, if you guys wanted to. You guys can specify location if you have multiple locations for your store, like brick and mortar. You could specify location. We could take out on sale and just say that it's on sale at the South location. So Ducati Sport Motorcycle South location, South Austin. You can also change the meta description, which right now it's pulling the entire thing. We can leave it as just the description, which ends right here under specifications. Delete the rest. It's probably good to keep this anywhere from like, what's the standard that you're supposed to use when web design? I think it's like 1 to 300 characters or something like that. Obviously this is way too long. Let's see, 709 of 320 characters used. We could delete half of this and just write our own little short description that's 200 characters long. So you guys can decide. For the example though, I'm just gonna leave it as this. And then you guys can also edit the URL handle. By the way, when we create our domain name, it's not gonna look like 9DFA7E67myshopify.com/products/Ducati Sport Motorcycle. It'll look like motoshop.com/Ducati Motorcycle. So later on at the very end of the video, when I show you guys how to buy a domain name and hook it up to your store, this gibberish will change. So don't worry. For now, we're using a temporary domain with the free trial, as you can see in the bottom right corner over here. So that being the case, we get a junky looking domain name because it's temporary. Anyways, you guys can edit how your meta slug appears for your URL handle. So we could change it from Ducati Sport Motorcycle to just Ducati Motorcycle, Ducati Dash Motorcycle. You guys can decide what your slug is, but it's just going to pull automatically from the title. It's going to remove any capitals and it's going to add the dashes because that's how it's going to appear up here in your URL, right? Okay, so once we're done editing all of that information, we can come back up here. Oh, we can make individual changes to the variants. I totally forgot. So not only just the color and price, but we can also click here. We can add its own stock keeping unit, which is now number 2. As you can see, it did it automatically for us. And you can enter in your own cost per item if it costs more to do the blue bike or something like that. So you guys can put in your own information here. Other than that, we can come back up on top and we can edit things like the product type, the vendor, collections, and things like that. Tags, we can add tags like Ducati. We could add, just in case we sell motorcycles, helmets, gloves, and all that stuff, we can specify motorcycle for a tag. You guys can type out whatever you want here and add whatever tags you want. And then whenever you're done, you would just click on add Ducati as a tag. And so now it's there, as you can see. So I'll let you guys add your own tags. Collections right now, homepage is the only default collection. In a little bit, we're going to talk about how to add collections after we talk about products. I just wanted to show you guys that's how you would do it. Some products that you have aren't going to have variations. There's different types of products, right? You've got like a standard product, which has has no variations. There's no color, there's no size. It's just a blue motorcycle. Then you have variable products, which is a blue motorcycle. It's like a Ducati that can be blue or red or white. Then you have digital products, you have services, you can sell all sorts of things. All of that can be done inside of this one tab for Shopify, which is really cool. Just talking about if you're going to manage your inventory or not, if you have to have a download link or something like that, you guys can do what you have to do. But anyways, once you guys fill out all of your information over here, which collection you want, which later on in the video after we do collections, you'll be able to select from different collections. And you add your tags. Once you're done, go to the very bottom and you'll click on save. Don't click on delete. Click on save, and now the product is live on your website. Even though your website's not live on the internet, it is live on your offline website, if that makes sense. So we can scroll up and we can hit preview, and this is what the product is going to look like. If they click on blue, it's going to swap over to the blue picture, which is cool, or red. They can see all the variable pictures down below, or you can choose not to have them down below and just each individual color. You could have all of the sub pictures if you want. For example, you guys could do that over here. You would remove them from here, and you would have to come in here and edit each one of these, red and blue, and you could add your own media right here. As you can see, there's the picture. So you guys can do that if you want. That being the case, I just put them all up here so you guys can see, here's the red motorcycle and here's the blue version. And then here's the red and then here's the blue. So you guys can click through them. So anyways, you'll see that it says sold out because I unchecked the box that says continue without selling. If I check this box and click save, you'd be able to add to cart or buy now. So that's a cool little feature right there. And then also tracking quantity, it's because I have 0, so it thinks it's out of stock. So we can come back over here and you'll see sold out because it thinks we're out of stock. So anyways, that is how you guys can create your first product on Shopify. All right. So now we've added a bunch of products to our website. So the next thing that we want to do is group them into collections to make it easier for our potential visitors to find what they're looking for. If you're selling skateboards, for example, you might want to have one collection for longboards and another collection for standard boards. Let's go ahead and jump in and add our own collections to your brand new store. So we've been hanging out inside of the products tab right here. So next what we're going to do is just go one down over here on the left-hand side, and that's to the collections tab. So we'll click on collections just like this. And so now you'll see by default, Shopify always creates one that's just called homepage, and you'll see it only has one product inside of it. You can delete this one if you want to, or you can just leave it there, remove products from it. It's whatever you want to do. Maybe you actually want to keep this as your featured product section, and you can put like your best sellers up there. But then instead of calling it homepage, you'd probably just want to call it bestseller. That's completely up to you. What I'm going to do is create a new collection to show you guys obviously how to do it. So we're going to click on create collection. And so it's really easy to create collections. This isn't going to take anywhere near as long as creating a product. And you're going to use collections for very creative purposes. For example, if I do want specific bikes to show up on my homepage that I think are my best sellers, I might create a collection that's not going to be visible to people that they're able to just go click on it in my navigation menu, but I might create a collection that's kind of hidden, but that allows me to display the bikes I want on the homepage. You're just creating basically like categories that you can call on whenever you want. That's kind of how this works. So you can be very creative in how you do this, but you can also keep it really simple. So let's do that. So for create collection, let's just call this one a sport bike collection because there's sport bikes, there's cruisers, cafe racers. You can get Softail, Fat Bobs. You can get all sorts of stuff. Harleys. So, well, Harleys are cruisers, but you know what I mean. We're going to call this one sport bikes. So we have sport bikes as our title. We can also have a description for our collection. So you guys can put whatever you want here. I'm just going to leave it blank for now. I might even just say this just so you guys see where the description is here. There we go. So collection description is here. This is where instead of saying collection description is here, you would actually put a real description here. I'm just doing this so that when we publish it and you go to the collection, you can see where the description would actually show up. But for this description, you'd want to say something like, this is our sport bike collection. We range from, like 1000 cc's all the way down to 300 cc's, but we have all brands, blah, blah, blah. You could have a little description here. You also don't have to put a description for the collection. For products, it's a totally different story. You obviously want to give as much information as possible. For a collection, it's not necessarily necessary. That's funny. Anyways, now down below, we have two different types of collections. We have a manual collection and an automated collection. First, I'm going to show you a manual collection, and then afterwards, we'll do an automated collection. The automated is really cool, and it just helps you make collections really fast. Manual is manual. You have to go and select the individual products that you want inside of this collection. It's not hard when I only have like 5 bike products on this store, but when you have like 3,000 products, it could get a little tedious trying to click on each one of them. So I'll show you guys how to do this. Anyways, that being the case, description's done. We're going to go manual. And then you can also edit the search engine listing again. Same thing, click on the pencil icon. You can change the title and the slug. So whenever you're ready, we can click on save. Oh, you can also add an image. Sorry. You can also add an image on the side here so that the collection also has an image. Here, I'll just pick one really fast. Let's just pick one of the Ducati face pictures because they look really cool. This one. This image is only going to pop up if, for example, whenever you go to shop and you can see all the products, you could also click on categories and you'll see all the categories, if that makes sense. And when you do that, you want your categories or collections to have a picture. Otherwise, you're just going to have a bunch of icons, like the placeholder icons for your, so just depends on what you're going to show on your store. But that being the case, description is done, manual's done, the search engine listing, we have a picture, click on save. And after you click on save, now you'll be able to add products manually to this manual collection. And so now you'll see down here, there are no products in this collection. Oh, that's why, because we have to search products. Sorry. I don't know why I was expecting to see a list here. I think I'm thinking about WooCommerce. So for Shopify, you have to search your products. So I could search like the Ducati. And you'll see I've got the Ducati sport motorcycle. I can also go ahead and select whichever ones I want. I actually, hang on, that's a Harley, that's a Harley, that's a sport. Okay, so it's actually only going to be these two because this is a sport bike and this is a sport bike. I could also just search motorcycle if that's in the title of all of them. You might have to search for each individual product. That's up to you. But the whole point is you search your products, you click on add, and now inside of the sport bike category, I have two motorcycles that will pop up. So once we have added products to our collection, we're done. We have a picture. We've edited all of the metadata for the search engine. We can click on save and that's it. Now, whenever someone clicks on the sport bike category, all of our sport bikes are going to show up. So let's go ahead and create another one. We'll go back to collections on the left-hand side. And from here, we've got sport bikes and you see how it has a picture and this one doesn't. If I were to go to like the collections on my website, you would see a bunch of these icons that are like a placeholder. So that's why you want to have pictures for all of your collections. Some people neglect that. And then, you know, you'll have some kind of a visitor who goes to a page and they see a bunch of icons and it looks like your website's broken. It's just poor web design. So anyways, we can create a new collection and this time we can call it cruisers or something like that, or Harleys, for example. Cruisers, oops, I clicked save and I also don't know how to spell. There we go. So cruisers, we click on save, but we're actually going to delete the collection because I accidentally didn't edit all of the other information. So don't hit enter on your keyboard. If you hit enter on your keyboard, it saves the collection. So let's try this again. Cruiser, and don't hit enter. You can add your description right here and then you can choose manual or automated. This time, well, actually this time I'm going to do manual so that I can create another collection for you guys. So we've got cruiser. You could put in your own little description right here if you wanted to. Whenever you don't put in a description, it doesn't even have the listing data down here. So you might want to actually put in descriptions for your stuff. This is just an example. So I'm just going to show you guys manual. And then from here, we're going to search for all of the other ones. I can click on browse and just see all of my products. And let's just select the cruisers, this one, this one, this one, and that's a dirt bike. Add. And then click on save, but it looks like it's already saved, so we're good to go. And now we can go back to collections. Okay, so, oh, I forgot to put a cruiser picture for the category. Let's go to images and we'll choose, let's do that one. Save. Okay, back to collections. Now I'm going to show you guys how to create an automatic collection. So we can create a collection right here. We can title it and you could say, you know, best sellers, or you could say bikes under $20,000, for example. All of my bikes, except for one of them, are over $20,000. Normally you wouldn't create a collection unless you just know you had a bunch of rich clientele. You always want to kind of emphasize the cheaper prices. For marketing purposes, you don't want to say all bikes that are over $20,000. Here's this category. I'm going to do it though, just to show you guys. So let's just say, this is just an example. So bikes over $20,000. Like, let's just say some clients are like, I don't want to mess around with the cheap stuff. Let's go straight for the expensive stuff. We can create our category. We can say description right here. And it just says description down below. It's so bad. You would obviously put in a regular description here. Let's click on automated. And this is the other type of collection. And watch how fast this works. You can choose things like these are just conditions. So products must match all conditions or any condition. So if they have to match all of these or just one of these, depending on how many products you have, I'm going to say all conditions. Instead of a product tag, remember those tags that were on the right-hand side where I told you it makes it really easy for the search engine to find the product? You can basically make a collection based on those product tags. You can do it off of price. You can do it off of category. So I could make an automatic, instead of manual, I could make an automatic collection for product type, and then I could look for sport. Like this. And then it would automatically select all of the sport bikes that have the sport category when I was creating my products, for example. But we're going to close that out. We'll go to price and we'll say price that is greater than, less than, not equal to, whatever you want. We're going to say greater than 20K. And then we can add multiple conditions. So we could click on add condition and then we'll have 2, right? I'm going to delete that one though. Of course, you guys already know how to edit your listing right down below. We can add an image and let's just, I don't know, pick a random picture of a sport bike. So there's a Ducati picture. Ducatis are really pretty bikes. I'm never probably going to buy one because they're just overpriced for the hype, but oh, they do look good. Anyways, when you're done with your automated collection and you have all of your conditions, just click on save. And from here, as you can see, it automatically did the work of me having to go in and check all those boxes to select all of the bikes to go check their prices. It automatically just took all of the bikes that are over $20,000, puts it in my category. So the automated collections are really nice. I will say I use the automated collections way more than I use manual anymore. But, you know, sometimes you need to pick specific bikes to put on a category that you want on your homepage, for example. So there's use cases for everything. But anyways, once you're done, click on save and we can go back to collections. Okay. So with your new products in place inside of your store, you can start customizing your store to make it uniquely yours. Now, the theme is going to make customizing so much easier because it already has the base of the website built for us. All we really have to do is just insert your products as well as change some pictures and text, and then we're going to be good to go. I'm going to show you guys how to edit your header and footer as well as your navigation for your website. So let's go ahead and get started customizing your entire website. So from your Shopify dashboard or your home tab right here, all you're going to do anytime you want to customize your website is go back to online store where we originally chose the theme. And what you're going to do is click on customize. I think I told you guys earlier on, like a few sections ago, but anyways, you just click on customize right here and it's going to open up the Shopify editor. Now, like I mentioned earlier on, I don't remember what step I was talking about WordPress versus Shopify, and I love Shopify. It's so much easier that it's worth losing a little bit of that customization control that Elementor and WordPress have. If you don't know what WordPress and Elementor are, that's totally fine. If you look at any of the other videos on my channel, we do a lot of WordPress and everything like that. WordPress websites, you do have a lot of, well, it's infinite. You have infinite customizational control. I don't think that sentence even made sense, but I hope you understand what I mean. With Shopify, the way that you build websites is, for example, let me just show you real fast. You don't have to follow along with me, but I just want to make a point. The way that you would add parts to your website, you really can't create a blank section and build it from scratch with the elements. You just put in templates. So all you do is you put an about section and you get to pick from like 1 or 2. And then you put in a multi-column section and you only get to pick from like 1 or 2 multi-column sections. There's not a lot of creativity when it comes to customizing your website. So that being the case, I'm going to show you how to customize your website, but just keep in mind, most Shopify stores are going to look pretty basic. They're not going to be anything too crazy. And that's just because that's what Shopify does. They make everything really, really easy, but whenever something's easy, you can't, go crazy with customization. That's just how it works. It's a trade-off. So, but just for example, if I want to add a new section, for example, if I want image with a text, I only get one choice. And it looks like this. And then I can just move the picture to the other side, like I can flip-flop them. That's it. I can't pick to have like a collage of 3 images with some text and a button. I can't do all of that crazy stuff and build it from scratch. So I just want to give you guys that heads up. That is probably the only downside of Shopify. And you can pay for better themes that have way more sections. That's why those themes, when we were in the theme store, are really expensive. But that being the case, with the free themes, you can still make some really good looking websites for free. So that's what we're going to do for this tutorial. Anyways, let me give you a quick tour of the place of the editing section. And then from here, we'll work on actually customizing the website. So over here on the left-hand side, you've got your, I guess basically like your navigation map of the website. So you'll see that right now I've got the header, the template, and the footer. And if you think about it, the website has a header bar. That's where your navigation is. That's where all of this is right here. This is your header. Scroll all the way to the bottom. This is your footer down below. And then everything in the middle, all of this is all considered template. So it's just header, template, footer. That's it. So that being the case, under header, we've got the announcement bar in the header. If I were to click on announcement bar, it's going to take me straight to it. If I click on image with text, it'll take me straight to it. Now there's not much to this website. It's just, that's how long it is. But if I click on footer, for example, it'll take me straight to whatever element I just clicked on, which is really nice for when you have a really long page. I can just look over here on my map and be like, oh, I need to edit that featured collection. Boom, it takes me right there. Anytime you want to click on it, you click on the section like this. And you'll see that I'm now editing this featured section right in here, which is like featured products. And you'll see all of your settings over here on the right-hand side. So you've got a map on the left, settings on the right, and then you have some basic admin settings up on top, like exit. This is where you can view a preview of your website. So if you click on view, it'll show you a preview of your website as if you were a visitor watching your website. It always opens on a new tab, which is nice. I love that. That's those 3 dots right there. Tells you that your website's live on a temporary domain. And then right over here, we've got a drop down for all of the pages on your website. So we're on the home page right now. now. We can go to the checkout page, the cart page. We can look at all of the pages that are on the website, which I guess are 0. Anyways, this is how you can kind of navigate from different pages. And then over here, we can deactivate the inspector, which is why everything hovers with all these boxes. I turned the inspector off. Now nothing hovers. So that's totally up to you if you want the inspector off or on. You can also see your responsive modes right here. So we've got desktop, which is what we're looking at. Mobile, which is if someone is going to visit your website on their phone, for example, which by the way, like 50% of the people that are going to visit your website are going to be doing it while they're on your phone. Half the time I shop for things on Amazon, it's on my phone through the app. So, and I'm usually like in my truck driving somewhere or something like that. And I'll be at a red light and I'll be like, oh crap, I need that or something like that. So most of the time people are going to be, well, not most of the time, 50% of the time people are going to view your website on a mobile device. So we want to make sure that it's optimized for both. So you'll always see me kind of coming back to check it, but that's how you can go between the two. And then you can also click on full screen and it just removes those menus. So you can see a full screen view, but you can still have your inspector. You can go full screen and turn the inspector off, and it's basically like previewing your website, kind of just two ways to get to the same place. And then you have your redo and undo buttons as well as your save button. So I make a change, I can click on save and it publishes it live and saves my work. Okay, so now you guys have a general understanding of where everything is. You've got your settings on the sides and your view in the middle. Pretty simple. From here, we can start customizing our website. Now, what my plan to do was I was going to click on exit real fast and I was going to go to the theme store, because if you guys remember, the theme store had a demo site. I was going to just kind of copy the demo site. Go to the theme store. There we go. I was just going to copy the demo site that comes with the theme just to show you guys that it's totally possible to make your website look like that demo. So we went to free themes and we chose this one, view the demo store. So here's the demo. Now I can go back and click on customize my website and we can make our website look just like this one. And it's really easy to do. I'll show you how to edit things as we go. We'll customize the whole site, and then by then you'll kind of have a good understanding of how to work Shopify, and then you can customize it however you want for your business. So just follow along with me. So the first section that we have is already text with a picture. So we already have the image with text section right here. We can just make the changes. So the first thing we're going to do is change the picture. So you click on the picture and the settings for that image show up on the right. We can select an image from our inventory, which these are the ones that we have installed so far, but I can also add more images. And so I'm going to pick this one right here because it's a sick looking picture of an Indian Scout. Oh, I want an Indian Scout so bad. They're very expensive, by the way. I think they're like $30,000 new or something like that. Anyways, not that you asked. Now, as soon as we put this picture in, I mean, look how similar this looks to the demo store. Right off the bat, we've got a large preview image on the right, text on the left. Looks like they have a little bit of a paragraph text right here, and we can totally add that. So we've got the heading text right here. If you hover underneath it, well, don't click on it. Hover underneath it, see that plus button? Click on it, and you can add a little block. And so we can just add a text block right here. And so now ours looks exactly like theirs, just obviously a little bit more text. So we can say browse our latest products. What they do is they kind of sell the feeling, and that's a marketing technique. Instead of saying shop our surfboards, don't sell the product, you sell the feeling. So this is freedom to escape. And then your subtitle says, how do you get the freedom to escape? And so it'll say, as surfers, we have a deep-rooted desire to escape, whether it's escaping from the beach side or this. Come and pick your favorite board. Now that is some good marketing right there. We're going to do that on our website. And that is a very standard web design practice. The big text, or your heading 1 or H1 or H2 text, whatever you use, your heading text, the big one, is going to say the feeling that you're selling. So mine is going to probably be like freedom on 2 wheels, or freedom on the open road, or freedom on your new bike, or something like that, right? Let's just say freedom on the open road. Click on it, go to the right, you see the text right here. Delete, and we're going to type our own. I'm going to put on caps lock, and let's just say freedom on the open road. And then you can change your text size right here. You've got small, medium, large, extra large, extra large. I think the large is pretty much the same size as them. Yeah, so I think it's pretty good. Down below is where we can put our little subtitle text. Click on it and you can change your text right here. Oh, by the way, Shopify has AI built in now. So you click on this little generate text button and you can say, hey, generate a headline about the benefits of vegan skincare. We could say, or instead of a headline, maybe we say like a subtitle, and then we say generate. So I said, generate a subtitle for experiencing freedom on the open road by buying a new motorcycle from us. And then here's the text. You get 3 of them. You can change your tone as well, which is really nice, or have a custom tone. Experience the ultimate sense of freedom on the open road with our new selection of motorcycles. That's perfect. That's a great subtitle. Experience freedom on the road. How? By buying one of our motorcycles. And so that's exactly what you want to do. All right. And then we have a picture of a motorcycle. It's pretty intuitive. You can change the button by clicking on it right over here, and you can change where the button takes you. So right now it says shop all products. So instead of shop, we can say shop shop all bikes, something like that. And then we can have it take to all products. But we can also change the button link to go to a collection, for example. So we go to collections and we would say bikes over 20K. And then we could change this text up here to say, experience luxury bikes with, the bikes that are over 20K. I don't know. I'm kind of spitballing here, but you get the idea. We're just going to go back to products and say all products. So this button is going to take them to the store page that just shows all of the bikes that we have on our website. So that's how you would do that. Our hero section is looking done. It's pretty simple. Whenever you want to edit something, just click on it and look over to the right and you'll see all your settings. And it's pretty standard stuff. You've got bold, italic, you can insert a link, those kinds of things. We could add some more text here because theirs is more of a paragraph and ours is more of a subtitle. But what you can do is when you click on it, you see there's a text style. This is body text. Change it to subtitle and it's going to make it a little bigger. Sometimes when you choose, depending on the theme for Shopify, sometimes the subtitle text might be all caps. It's just based on their entire package that's for the theme. So let's change it to subtitle and we'll click on save in the top right corner because the hero section's done. So now if we scroll on down, they've got like their featured boards right here. And so they don't even have a title above it. They just go straight into showing you some featured boards. So we can go back to my website, scroll down. So our section's looking pretty similar to the template that's on the other tab. The only thing that they have that we don't is whenever you hover, it shows like that second image. And that's really easy to do, depending on if you have multiple images. Because this product, for example, doesn't have multiple images. This one does. You guys remember this has like 10 images or something like that. The way you do that is you click on the section. We go over here to the settings, go down. It's going to be somewhere here. Here we go. Show the second image on hover. Check that box. And so now whenever I hover, it changes the image to the second picture, as you can see. Now these two, as you can see, they don't have a second picture, but just upload 2 pictures of the same product. You should already have multiple pictures of every product. Because this is just an example for you guys, I was a little lazy. I just created some products offline. I keep hitting my tree. I just created some products off camera so that I would have something to populate the section with. So anyways, that's how you guys can do that. And it looks like they just have the title and the price, and we just have the title and the price, and then some of them are sale prices. But other than that, this section is pretty much done, which is cool. We didn't even have to do that much work. But over here on the right-hand side, you also have all of your settings, and they're usually pretty intuitive. Like if I don't cover exactly the small problem that you need, you can always look over here and see, okay, well, it looks like the description style, which it's not even showing the description because we'd have to say show collection description, which I don't think I even put a description on the collection. Whoops. But that being the case, you can change the type style, which is kind of similar to what we did to this subtitle text right here. You can change the collection from all to any of your collections. And so I could change it to sport bikes, for example, but I only have 2 sport bikes. I could change it to cruisers, but I think I only have 3. Or I could do bikes over 20K and then I have 4, which is nice. Obviously, you would have way more than just 5 total products on your store. I just only put in 5 because I just off camera, again, put them in. You can pick whatever collection you want to show right here, or you could literally create a collection that's called Our Best Sellers, like what I was telling you earlier, and you could just create that collection strictly so you can put your best stuff right there on the homepage. It's the first thing they see. So that's up to you. We'll just stick to bikes over 20K. You could also, here, actually what I can do, click on exit. I can go back to all. And because I have all, I actually have 5 products in here. There's 2 things you can do. First, you can show the button, here we go, enable view all. So you click that, and now if they click on view all, it takes them straight to your products page where it shows that I actually have more than 5. I thought I had 5, but I have 6 products, right? These are all of the products on my entire store. So that being the case, if we go back to the home page, there we go. Scroll on down. That view all button, save, and then click back on this. There we go. So that view all button, the checkbox that we just enabled right here, this will allow them to see more than just the 4 that are displayed, depending on whatever collection you have. So there's that, which actually we can leave that there because I think that's a good idea. But the other one that you can do is you can change the maximum products to show and the number of columns on the desktop. So first is maximum products. So the number of products is 4. I can change this to show all 6 of my products like this. And so now I've got 2 uneven columns, right? Columns are vertical. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. I can change the number of columns to be 3, and now it's going to be symmetrical because now I've got 3 on top and 3 on the bottom. So depending on how many products you have, you can play around with your max products to show and your columns so that they level out and they look symmetrical on your website. And that's completely up to you guys. I'm going to stick to showing only 4 and having a column 4. There we go. Because I liked how this looked, and obviously it looks the same as this one right here. So that's what I'm going to do. And then whenever you're done making changes over here, oh, by the way, you can always change your color scheme for whatever section you're working on. So we were just doing the hero section. Now we're on the featured product section right here. You can change the color scheme to be any of these other schemes, and all of these included in the Shopify Shopify theme that we installed, all of these are color coordinated with each other. So if I choose scheme 3, it's going to be the same as this one. This call to action down here is using scheme 3. So now it's got like orange background with a black button. If I switch back to scheme 1, it's black background with a green button. Scheme 2 is black background with a white button. Oh, wait, did I say 3? Oh, I chose 3 on accident. 2 has a white button, and you'll see it's got text is black, button is black, background is white. You can kind of see what the colors do. You can also edit these schemes, by the way. Let's go back to scheme 1. So under scheme 1, you can click on the little gear icon right here, and it's your theme settings. Cool. Okay, so you go to colors and you have your color schemes right here. And so you can go into, you can add a 6th one if you want. There's 5 by default. So you can add another one, or you can go into scheme 2 and you can change all of these colors. Personally, I don't think you have to touch these. All of the Shopify themes come with all of the colors. Hello tree. They come with all of the colors. And so they all fit together perfectly. I don't really see a need to go and do that. So that's up to you guys. Go back to the sections tab instead of the gear icon, as you can see over here on the left. And that's how you get back to this. So those are the color schemes, those are the products, the number of things. You'll also see me always having to look over my freaking microphone right here because I just decided to put it in front of my screen. I don't know why. So sometimes you'll see me doing this and it's whatever. So we've got the product card. So these are the picture sizes. You can make it square if you want to, and now the pictures are perfectly square. And then you could, before you upload them, go and crop the images if you want to. Let's see what the theme did. I think the theme stayed portrait, but I think the square looks better for me because when I do portrait, I'm taking my landscape images and cutting them, and I don't think it looks right. So I'm going to stick to portrait or to square. You can also adapt to image, and it's going to throw up my landscape full images. I don't think that looks as good, so I'm going to go square. And then you can also change your image shape. You can do all of this stuff. I mean, let's do a chevron to the left or whatever, and it does like these cool little chevron arrow looking things. Diamonds. Whoa, that looks cheesy. Blob. Interesting. So you guys can play around with those for fun if you guys want to. I never do those. Very rare, unless the theme that I'm going for just really needs to look blobby or like chevrons or something. But it's up to you guys. Most of the time, it's just very clean, minimalistic squares. Show second image. You can show the vendor, show the product rating and all of that stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much all you guys are going to need for beginner level. So that's this section, and that's the featured section. Scroll on down more, and it looks like we have another one of those two picture, or it's the picture text section. So you can hover your mouse in between two sections. There we go. It's playing with me. But you see that little plus button that appears? That's how you would add a new section right there. Or you can come over here to your map if it's being really annoying right there. Right above my featured, or right below my featured collection, which is this, there's nothing else. I can go right into my add section right here. And it's the exact same thing as clicking on the plus button in between. So anyways, now what we're going to do is add a image with text. So we'll go over here to image with text. And as you can see, it's basically the exact same section as the template. Voila, we added image with text. First of all, you'll notice, I think theirs looks like it's a little bit taller on the bottom. They've got some space right here. And you can do that too. Over here in the bottom, you have section padding and top and bottom right here. So I could add a little bit more space to the top. I could add a little bit more space to the bottom, just like that. If you want to, it's totally up to you. Click on the picture if you want to change it. And we'll go over here to the right and we can select an image. And let's see, what are they advertising here? Nathan joins the ride team. Okay, so this is kind of like a informational, like it's telling you this pro surfer uses our boards. So let's pick a picture of a pro motorcycle rider. I think I'm going to pick this guy because it's a cool looking picture. Got to wait for it to upload. Click on done. And now we've got our picture over here on the left-hand side. And then they say Nathan Florence. Let's just say Nathan Florence. That's his name. Click on the text. Nathan Florence joins the Moto team. Because by the way, I'm just going to make this website be called Moto Shop. It's simple. It's an example. Obviously, your site is going to be named after your business, but it's an example, so I get to pick funny names, and I chose a simple one. Then we can add some text as well, and this looks like it's kind of a testimonial rather than actually like a promotional, but we could actually do something like this. So what we could do is type right here. We could put like, I just realized I'm in all caps. That's awesome. Generate. I'm saying write a testimonial by a guy named Nathan talking about how he loves our motorcycles. So Nathan raves about our top-notch sport bikes. Read his testimonial now. Or discover why Nathan is a huge fan of our high-quality sport bikes. That's the one right there. We're going to throw that in here. You could also do a quote kind of similar to this. So you can make it an actual quote from him and say, this professional surfer says, yo, these bikes are incredible. And then you'd have a button down below that says, check out his favorite bike. And so you could click on the button right here and say Nathan's favorites, for example. Let's just pretend, you'd find a professional motorcycle rider, like maybe you go to MotoGP and you find one of the riders that you really like. You could say that this racer loves these two sport bikes. And so maybe you have a bunch of motorcycle enthusiasts who really like his opinion, and they might go, whoa, I gotta go check out his bike that he likes. You could be selling surfboards, you could be selling skateboards, you could be selling whatever. Find a professional and you could do something like that. You guys already know how to make all the changes on the right-hand side. You can also, by By the way, you can change the size of the image, same situation here, but you can say image first or second. I can say second and now the picture's on the second, or it's on the side, or first and it's over on that side. You guys get the idea, but that's basically how we add that section. Let's click on save and keep on moving. From here, it looks like they have kind of another product promotional section. This is kind of like your, hey, check out the punchy beach breaks. I don't know, this is like a special type of board or something like that. So what we can do is do another section, image with text. This time they say image second, because the picture's on the right-hand side. Now, what I did off camera was I took one of the pictures of the electric bike, the Harley electric bike, and I cut it out and made it a PNG. For those of you who don't know what a PNG is, a JPEG or a JPG is like a picture. A PNG is you're allowed to have a transparent background. And so that's how these surfboards are using the same background color as the background over here. So basically what I did was I just removed the background and I have the motorcycle and I'm gonna use it as like a PNG right here. So I'm gonna click on it, my picture, and I will throw in my PNG that I have, and as you can see, it's right here. Insert it, wait for it to upload, and then click done. Any second now. There we go. And so now we've got our sport bike over here. And one thing I notice is my text is way up here in the top left, and I want my text to be centered with the image, vertically speaking. We can do that by coming over here to desktop content position, and we change it to middle. And as you can see, it's centered to the middle, or you can choose bottom, and it's on the bottom. I'm going to choose middle, and then you can also do left, center, or right alignment, depending on what you want. I think left looks perfectly fine. I'm going to leave it like that. They also chose a left alignment, and so that's what I'm going to stick to. From here, we could say, what are they saying? They just say the name, so we could just say, go green with electric motorcycles. I don't know. I'm just making this up as I go. And then we could add some text right here using AI, for example, to say something about, if you want electric motorcycles, go and check out our electric line of bikes or something like that. And then the button label would obviously go to a collection that you create, and you would want it to be called electric bikes, for example, but I don't have one. Here, you know what? Let's just create that collection really fast. Can I create one right here? No, I can't. I'm going to click on the back button on a new tab, see if it takes me to my admin panel. It doesn't. Exit. Okay, fine. We're gonna have to save real fast. Intuitive. We're gonna go back. We're gonna duplicate this tab and then go back inside to customize. There we go. So now I can still customize my website, but I wanna create that collection really fast. And just here's another example of while you're editing the website, sometimes you'll realize you have to go back and create another collection because you had an idea. I want electric bikes to be right here. And so that's just what you do when you're building a website. This is how it works, is we'll go over here to the products, click on these subcategory collections, create a new collection. You guys know how to do this already. Electric bikes. I don't know, I'm just terrible description, but you guys get it. Let's add an image and we'll choose the electric motorcycle like this. And then we'll say a automatic collection if you want. And then you could say a product category of electric motorcycle helmets, gloves. You'd have to go find it, and I'm too lazy to go and find this. So you could do an automatic if you had like 6 other electric bikes. Or for example, you could just go manual, save, and then we're gonna have to just go and select all of them. But I already know my electric bike. There's only one of them right here, electric Harley, add. And then we click on save, but it automatically saves, so we're good. Okay, so that being done, we can refresh this page. Make sure you clicked on save first, but we refresh this page because we made a change outside of this page, so we have to refresh. We'll scroll back on down and we can edit this button to say shop electric bikes. We can select our category of electric bikes, save. And so now, for example, view. The reason I'm changing all of my buttons to be linking somewhere is so that while I'm working, I'm already covering all my bases. I don't have to come back after I customize the website and go link all my buttons together. But now, for example, if they say, ooh, shop all bikes, they click on this and it's going to show all of the bikes on my website, right? Or if they scroll on down, they can click on one of these individual products and then they'll see the individual products. They got red and they got blue, right? Or they scroll down even further. They could see Nathan's favorites, which see how this button isn't linked up? I should have linked that up to another collection called Nathan's favorites and then selected manually all of the bikes that guy told me he likes, for example. This one, I really like that PNG look, actually. That was a good idea. But this is the electric sport bike. We click on shop electric bikes and it'll take us to all of the electric bikes as a collection. So that's pretty cool, but obviously we only have one. Anyways, let's keep on customizing. So we'll go back to our store that we're copying here, and they've got like this multi-column section again. We might be able to fix this, or we might be able to do this, or we might not. I don't actually remember seeing a section like that, so they might have actually created one from scratch. Let's see what we can do. But we're going to add, let's see, section right here, and let's just look through them. Featured collection, product, collection list. Kind of looks like that's the one. Snap fins on the fly, shop fins, and then there's 2 pictures. This might actually be it, the collection list. Let's try it real fast. And now it's gonna make me choose 3 different collections. Let's use this as a plan B if I can't find this exact section, because I don't want to build it from scratch and I'm feeling too lazy right now. But let's just click on the add section button and keep going. We've got rich text, image banner. Ooh, we should throw one of those in here somewhere because I do like image banners. Collage, multi-column looks kind of close. We've got multi-row, collapsible content, email, contact, video, blog. Blog looks kind of close, but I don't want to make blog posts just to fill that section in. Tell you what, we're just going to add a collections list. And this is why it's really important that when you create those collections, you add pictures for the collection itself. Because like, for example, if you have a collection section and we title it Shop All Collections, and it's going to bother me that A isn't capitalized. Shop All Collections. When we choose our collections that we want to show, we select a collection and we'd say cruisers. Select at the bottom. Wow. Click select in the bottom. Then you can move on to the next one. Let's choose, I don't know, sport bikes. Select, and then we'll choose the last one, which is, I don't know, let's just choose electric, I guess. Select. All right, save. So now we have Shop All Collections. These are like categories. So you'd have, if you're selling clothing, you would say, check out our jeans, check out our t-shirts, check out our, men, women clothing, something like that. You can pick however you want to categorize your products on your website. Just giving you guys ideas. So there's our next section. They scroll on down. They can see all of the collections here. From here, we can go ahead and check out what the next section is. And it looks like they have an FAQ section. And so we can create an FAQ section. So we're going to go over here, add section, and we'll go down to collapsible content. So here's our collapsible content. And so it's really easy to edit this one. We can change the caption if we want to. So you guys could put some kind of a subtitle right up on top. I'm going to go ahead and just remove it, and we'll just change the heading for now. FAQs. That's what we're going to say. And then you guys will have to click individually to edit each one of these. But again, we can change the scheme color if we want to kind of break up how everything looks. For example, this one, really quickly, let's go ahead and change this to like scheme 3. So as you're scrolling through the website, it's not all black. Let's see. We'll change this one to be a different color scheme. What does scheme 5 look like? I don't like how blue it is. Let's go green. So as you scroll through, you'll see a green column. Maybe this one should be white, actually. Yeah, I like the white. So scroll down, it's white. Scroll down a little bit more. We could make this one green, actually. Scroll down a little bit more. And we're still going to have like 1 or 2 more sections below, so it's not going to look like green sandwiching black. That's just an example, by the way, of you want your website to be broken up. You don't always want it to just be the same color all the way down. Now, again, there's different styles. Sometimes people just make an e-commerce website really simple, and it's just a white website with products on it. And then sometimes you kind of customize it to be really color coordinated. It's up to you. I'm just color coordinating. So for the FAQ section, first of all, it's kind of bothering me that it's so squished. So again, we can come over here and we can add like a bunch of padding to the top and bottom. Looks a little bit better. And then on top of that, if you want to edit these, you would click on it and you would say, what are your return policies like? Right? Oop, question mark. There we go. And then you can also change what the icon looks like. So it's a check mark, but you could choose all sorts of stuff like, oh geez, question mark would be kind of cool. Do they have a question mark? Yeah, question mark way down here. So question mark 1 for FAQ. You might want to do that for all of them, but just because for lack of effort, I don't want to go through and click on that for each one of them. We're just going to leave it as a, what was that? A check mark. There we go. Click on save. So you would change the first one to what are your return policies? And then when they click on it and it drops down, this is your row content. Cool. So for example, this is where you would answer the question. So they click on it and it drops down. What are your return policies? Check out our policies right here. And you could add a link, by the way. So for here, you'd highlight here, add a link. So let's go to the policies page. Oh, no results. So we don't even have any policy pages. That's why. We'll have to go create those in a little bit. And that's actually later on in step 7, I think. Whichever one is for creating your payments, shipping, taxes, and all of that stuff. I talk about policies too. So we'll get there. But that's what you would link in that text, for example. And then they would open it and they would see that this text is highlighted. So right here, they click on it and it goes to your return policy page. Does that make sense? And then you would change all of these to be whatever the frequently asked questions are of your business. So what's your return policy like? Where would I go for maintenance on the motorcycle? You guys can think of all of the ones that you want to do. I'm too lazy to try and imagine any, so maybe I'll do some off camera and you'll just randomly see them there in any of the cuts. But for now, that's the FAQ section. And so that's their FAQ section right here. They also have a picture on the side. You can totally add that if you want to. I'm just going to not, because I'm trying to make this tutorial not too long. Scroll on down. They have their little call to action right here and then their footer. And so actually it looks like we're not adding that much more. We just have our footer, but we could add a testimonial section. It's always good to have testimonials. So let's actually do that. So, and again, this isn't on their demo site, but I think testimonials are a big deal. You might want to actually have them above FAQs, but it's up to you. FAQs are usually at the bottom. So I'm going to go over here to the left-hand side, and then I'm going to click on add section again. And from here, we're going to go down and we might choose a multi-column. I'm just kind of seeing if there's any other, because every theme's different. So I was just trying to see if there's anything better for testimonials. All right, so we're going to do a multi-column. Click on the multi-column just like this, and it should pop up. Perfect. And so that way we've got a little bit more gray. And actually what we can do, and you can rearrange your entire website like this, is you'll take what the multi-column, the little 6 dots that's right next to it right here, you can drag this and it zooms out for you, and you can drag the multi-column above the collapsible content. So now FAQs are at the bottom and the testimonial right above the FAQs. So you can rearrange by just coming over here and just dragging whatever you want. And you'll notice whenever I hover over the 6 dots, my camera or my computer will automatically move to whatever point I'm about to move. It's just to help you with moving stuff around. Shopify is really cool like that. I gotta say, I really like using Shopify. So anyways, we're on the multi-column here. What we can do is first title the multi-column testimonials. Just like that. And then from here, we can change the heading size if we want to. It's going to be fine. Full width or of the column. So you can change the pictures to go, so it's at full width. We can change it to be like half width. Okay, so I'm going to do it 1/3. Oh, because I haven't put a picture. That's why. Sorry. So first we have to upload our images, which if you click on column 1, we can add an image. My bad. But while we were editing that section, you can also do all of your image settings right here. Number of columns. So if you start adding more columns, you can add the number that are visible right here. Kind of similar to the featured product section right here. So we can change that. Let's go ahead and actually just start editing the column. So we're going to click on column right here. Let's go ahead and select an image of the first person we're doing a testimonial for. I'm going to go ahead and choose the 3 pictures of people that I have. So it's going to be this one. Well, here, let me just add 2 more images really quickly. We're going to upload the motorcycle one, and we'll upload the dirt bike guy. The pictures are so small, it's like really hard for me to see. There it is, that one. So we're going to open, well, I guess I have to open them one at a time. We'll add another image, and it'll be guy riding the motorcycle. There we go. Okay, so first guy is going to be this one, and we'll say done just like that. And then we can click on the second column, select image, and I can add my second image, done, select my third column, and insert my last image right here. And so we're going to pretend like these are 3 people that I'm doing testimonials from. That's why I chose pictures of people with their helmets on. From here, we can click and we can change the name. So we could say Nathan, what was the name up top? Florence. We could say Nathan Florence is one of them right there. And then we could click on this. And then obviously right here in this text, you'd type in the description right here. You would type in the actual testimonial, like copy paste the testimonial that that client gave you. So we would put it right here, but I'm not going to go and create like a bunch of testimonials right now. You can even go to ChatGPT and create fake ones. I'm not going to tell you that you can do that, but I'm telling you, you can do that if you just want to fill some space for now, but obviously be real and use real testimonials. Just on that note though, testimonials from ChatGPT are freaking hilarious because they're like actually convincing and realistic. Like one time I was doing a tutorial, I don't even know how long ago this was, but I was doing a tutorial for like a photography website. It's on my channel. And one of the testimonials was like, oh my God, the pictures from this photographer that I made up is absolutely incredible. And he's such a conversation starter when people come into my house and see it hung up on my wall. I was like, you can't even think of that if you tried. And AI just makes these funny testimonials. But anyways, we'll come over here and we can just add 3 names. Let's do John Smith. And then maybe this guy is like Jonathan, I don't know. Let's just say Jerry Manson. I don't know. I'm coming up with just random names. Okay, so we've got our 3 testimonials right here. You can call it testimonials, or you could say hear from some of our happy clients, or you could say whatever you want. But I think it's nice to have a testimonial section. Sometimes people will put testimonials or social proof right underneath the hero section. You can totally do that. We could also just do like a multi-logo section. Like if we really wanted to, we could add a section and find like maybe a multi-column, but then, or not multi-column, well, it would be, oh, because I'm adding a block, not a section, I think. Where is it? Add a block on the plus button. Add section. Yeah. I wonder why the multi-column is different. Oh, because maybe the multi-column down below is actually a block and not a column. Or a section, I mean, but whatever. We would look for something that could go side by side. There isn't really one here on Shopify. Maybe we could create one from scratch, but I'm not going to do it. But sometimes people will put just a banner, like a really thin banner with just a bunch of logos of companies they've worked with for social proof. You could do whatever you wanted. I just wanted to let you know sometimes people will actually put the testimonials way up at the top close to the hero section. And then from here for the multi-column, we can also link the button. So we could say, we could click on the button down here. Well, okay, so the button's not individual this time, like sometimes. This time we actually have to go over to the right side for the multi-column settings. And then inside of this, we could type out view all reviews if we want, or you could write out something different, doesn't matter. And then the button link, we could go to, like if we had a special separate page that just shows all the reviews, like a blog of all the reviews, then we could totally do that and have the link go somewhere. But I don't have anything to do with that right now, so we're just gonna leave it blank. But anyways, you get the idea. And I don't think I need to play around with the color scheme because I like how it goes from green to gray back to green. So we're gonna leave it just like that. So I think the homepage is looking pretty good. We can click on save just like this. And of course, if you guys want to, you can create whatever pages you want. So for example, right now, we only have a homepage right here, and then we have a catalog page and a contact page. What you could do is you could create a separate page for each collection that you have on your website, but you don't really have to do that right now. All right, so now the website is looking customized and it looks fantastic. So from here, what we can do is we can make some small changes to the header and to the footer. You can't really make much, but I mean, to a certain extent you can. So first thing you can do is actually click up here on the announcement bar right up on top. And first of all, you can customize the announcement bar, or you can literally remove the section by clicking on this little remove section in the bottom right corner. So if you don't want the welcome to our store button banner, then you can remove it. So I would recommend always leaving the banner there, because you can always leave it as welcome to our store. And then if you ever have like a free shipping sale or like a 4th of July sale or like a Christmas sale or something like that, you can always come in here and then click on the little text right here underneath announcement bar. And then from here, you can always change this to say Christmas sale, 25% off all items, or, you know, free shipping on July 4th, for example, or something like that, whatever you guys want to do. But you can always change the text of your admin bar by doing that. But again, if you don't want it, just click remove. Next, we have the header. You can click on it up here. We've got your navigation menu, your logo, and then these icons over here. I would leave everything the way it is because it works perfectly fine with the theme. And again, I'm trying to keep this as basic as possible for like beginners, so we don't need to get complicated in creating new pages and all of that stuff. You've got your products on here, you have the home page, we're good. But I am going to show you how to insert your own logo right here. And the way you would do that is you click on the little gear icon, and we're going to go to the logo tab, which is right there on top. So it makes it really easy. And so from here, we can select an image for our logo. And so let me go ahead and add an image, and you would upload your logo just like this. And then you would click on done. And so now, instead of saying my store, it will display my logo. And what's really cool about this is I can change the logo width right here by like dragging it and making it bigger if I want to. It's gonna take a little while. There we go. And we can also change by clicking on the actual header. We can change where the logo is. Let's see. Yeah, desktop logo position way over here on the top right corner. We can change it to middle left, middle center, top left. And that's either left or center. And then it's top or center. That's all you get with Shopify. So I can go top center, and now it's like in the middle, but it's on top of the logo or the navigation menu. Or I could say middle center, and then my navigation is going to be over there on the left. You guys can pick whatever you think looks the best for your store. I'm just going to leave it like this with my logo in the center. I kind of like how that looks. It is pretty standard practice though to have your logo on the far left, your navigation on the far right, but it's completely up to you guys. So now that I've shown you guys how to insert your logo, you can also insert a favicon. Now, time out. I'm also going to show you, just in case you don't have a logo for your business, let me show you how to make a logo for free. You can open up a new tab and go to a website called logomaker.com, but without the E, as you can see. And so you go to Logo Maker, and this is where you can create logos for free. You click on Start My Design, and from here, you're going to be taken into their logo creator or whatever. Let's create new design. But before I do that, instead of clicking on Start My Design, you can also click on Templates, and they have a bunch of templates that you can start from somewhere. So you're not just starting from scratch. So you guys can use that if you need to. But inside of the builder, if you click on Start to Build My Logo, you can go to the search bar and search from like 3 million different graphics that they have. Like I could search for camera, and then I get a ton of cameras right here. We'll go back to Canvas. Over here on the left-hand side, you've got like things like text, where if I click on it, it adds text. I can add shapes like a circle, a square, something, drag it over here and put the text on top of it or something. You guys get the idea? You have a pencil, a paint bucket, and then the undo button. Over here on the right-hand side, you've got layers, which as you can see, the text is like here. Let's go like black. The text is behind the square. For layers, if I drag the type on top, now the text is in front, as you can see. That's layers. Color over here is how you change the saturation square, so that desaturates or saturates, and then I can change the color wheel to do whatever color I want. Right? Let's highlight everything just by clicking and dragging and delete it. So that's how you can create a logo. So the logo that I created for this website right now, if I go back to my store, this logo right here, what I literally did was, here, let's go back to Logo Maker. I used their template. I used this one right here, the American Beef Company or whatever. And all I did was I changed the ring to be green. I changed the text to be CAPW Moto Shop. That's it. And then I just click on save in the top right corner right here. So, but just in case you guys want to actually see me do it, I can do it real fast. So whenever you click on company, you can click and say, delete it all, shop, and I can rotate it a little bit more. I kind of go into the corner right here and make sure that it's kind of centered right about there. So that's shop. And then American Beef, it's kind of hard to click on American Beef. So what I did was I dragged it above shop. And now whenever I click, I'm clicking American Beef. And I could say W shop, Moto Shop. So CAPW Moto Shop. I then clicked on the bowl, so it's the clip art right here, and I deleted it with the trash can, and I searched for a motorcycle. And I think I chose, this one, not entirely sure. Centered it right there, and then I just clicked on the ring, changed its color to green, which I think it was funky, so I deleted it, and I had to create a whole other ring. So I went over to shapes and did a ring, increased its size, circled it around everything like that. and then just made it green. I think I increased the line width a little bit, so it was something thicker like that. That's literally how I created this logo right here. Identical, as you can see. And then obviously I highlighted everything, and then holding the command key, I deselected the green circle, so the ring. So let's go to the ring, deselect the ring, and I changed everything to white, and that's how I made the text and the icon white. That's it. So that's how fast you can create a logo for free, by the way. And then once you're done, I know you can't see the text, but it's there because it's white. Whenever you're done and you're ready to save, you go over here to the save button in the top right corner, and they update this website all of the time. I've already created multiple tutorials on how to use this, and they keep changing where the buttons are. I'm like, ugh, what are they doing? Anyways, now there's no button that says download low resolution for free. You have to click on download options. It's going to ask if you want to pay for the logo. Just select the free option. So you can pay for your logo, or you can just go free for the download the low resolution. Click on select, enter your email, and they send it to your email. That's it. It's super free, and I've been using this for years and it works. Just a heads up for you guys. Let's see. Is it here? There's a terms and conditions page somewhere on this website, and I'm forgetting where it is right now. And it's probably in one of the FAQs and I'm too lazy to read. Basically, whenever you download the low resolution file, it's for web use only. If you want to pay for it, then you're basically paying for ownership, and then you can use it for whatever purposes you want. T-shirts, stickers, whatever you want. So web use only, this is free. So if you're just building a website, it's free. If you want to use it elsewhere, you're gonna have to pay for it. So that's just how it is. Just wanted to give you guys an update. Anyways, once you download it, now you guys know how to upload it to your website. So that's how you can create a logo for free for your website. Okay, I think that covers everything in the header. We already have our logo, navigation menu, and our little cart, or shopping bag, but it's the cart and a search button where they can search products. Just so you know, you can also change your navigation menu. Let's see, is it under? Yeah, so change the menu right here. You can click on it. It's going to open a new tab, and this is where you can add things to your navigation. Notice where we are on the left-hand side under online store. Normally we would click here and click customize. Now we're down here at navigation. And so from here, you can rearrange the order of them by dragging. You can add a new item and have a new page, which I'm not going to go through all of that in this tutorial. It would take way too long. I could spend days making a tutorial on how to build a massive website like Amazon with multiple pages, multiple categories, multiple everything. So that's how you would do it though. But I just wanted to show you that's where you would do it. But for a basic one-page website like this, where you just want to sell products, you don't have to create extra pages. You just have your home, catalog, and contact. You can rename catalog right here to shop if you wanted to. So you could go back to main menu, or usually you can. Let me see if I can. Yeah, click on edit right here, and then you could change the name and it still takes you to the shop page. So instead of catalog, we could say shop, apply changes, save menu, and then we close out of that tab, and we'll have to refresh this page. Oh, cancel. We have to save first, and now we can refresh the page. Oh, we didn't have to refresh. It looks like it refreshes whenever you hit save. That's kind of nice. So now it says shop in the corner. So you can customize what those say. But anyways, other than that, I think the header is done, as well as the rest of the homepage. We can just go focus on the footer. So inside of the footer, if I scroll down here, you'll see that we have this email sign up, which is this guy right here. Subscribe to our emails, be the first to know about new collections and offers. This is your email sign up form. I'd recommend changing the text similar to our hero section, sell the feeling, and then with the subtext, explain how they get the feeling, but with your call to action. So your call to action, whether it be email or if this was like an image banner. So if I click on add a section right here, for example, and I did like is it an image banner? Well, image banner, or really any, oh, here we go, a slideshow or an image banner. If I did like a call to action like this and I had like a button that says sign up or go buy something, you'd want to say something instead of subscribe to our emails. Tell them, stay up to date with all of the latest information about your motorcycles and maintenance requirements. The subtitle would say, sign up for our email to be in the know with all of that stuff. And then you've got the email sign up bar. Something like that. It's just rewording it where it's just a little bit more marketing style versus, hey, just subscribe. I want to email you. It's up to you guys. But anyways, this is your email subscription form. And then right below that, we have our footer. So whenever you click on footer like this, you have your footer settings on the right hand side. There's not many, but you've got some. The first thing you can scroll down to is you can decide if you want to show your social media icons, which aren't showing right now anyways because we haven't configured them. You also have show your payment icons. So this is showing people at the bottom of your website that you take PayPal and Venmo. You can turn that off if you want and just remove it so there's no icons down there. And then on top of that, you've got your padding and margins and all of that stuff, which is just making more space. We've done that before. And then we have the social media icons, which if you want to configure your social media, you just go to the gear icon like this, and then you would scroll down to where it says, there it is, social media. And from here, you can see there's like a ton of links. You would put in the link to your Facebook account, the link to your Instagram, your YouTube. And then as you enter them, they appear down here, and then people can click on the YouTube icon, and it takes them to your YouTube account, your channel. It would take them to your Facebook, your whatever you put on there, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. So that's how you would just add your social media, and that's why they would appear down here. So really all you have down here is your copyright and your socials. So I'd probably just put your socials socials down here, have an email sign up, and that's pretty basic. You could also enter in, you could add a block, and you could add in like a footer menu if you really wanted to, but the site's not that big, so it's not like it needs it. But anyways, that's how you customize your website. All of the images, text, buttons, links, everything. I think we've covered this pretty well. So I'm going to click on save to save my work. And then whenever we're done, we can go and click on the exit button in the top left corner. And it takes us back to our Shopify dashboard. Okay. So next, what we're going to have to do is set up our payment and shipping options. I'm going to cover payment providers and how to accept payments on your website. And then I'm also going to cover how to configure your shipping rates and shipping options as well. We'll talk about flat rates and free shipping and all of that, which is included under this umbrella. So let's go ahead and get started. So from your Shopify dashboard, we're going to go all the way down here to settings in the bottom left corner. And from here, we can see payments about a third of the way down the list right here. So we click on payments, and this is how we can adjust payments to get you paid from your websites and also accept payments from people as well. So I'm going to show you guys two different methods. I'm going to show you guys how to use Shopify Payments and how to set up PayPal. Everything after that is just superfluous. Like there's a ton of different integrations that you guys can have inside of Shopify to try and accept payments from. You guys can go look at the different rates that they offer in terms of like transaction fees and stuff like that. You can make your own decisions. I'm going to show you how to set up the two most basic ones and then also how to do like manual payments and stuff like that, which is an option, but I mean, I'm not sure if you're actually going to want to do it or not. So anyways, Shopify Payments is the first one, and you'll see right here, it's going to ask us to complete our account setup. So we click on it just like this. And then from here, we're going to submit some information, and then we can also turn on two-step authentication if we want to. So I'm going to click on submit details right here. All right. So first it's going to ask if you're an individual or if you're a registered business and you're going to need your tax information like your TIN or whatever. You're going to need your tax ID basically. And then you have a nonprofit as well. So I'm going to say I'm an individual for now, but if you do have your own LLC or your own company or something like that, you're going to have those details ready to go. Click on next. And then from here, it's going to ask you to enter in all of your personal information, including your social security number right here. So I'll see you guys in just a second. You're going to put in your name, date of birth, social, email, address, zip code, and then we'll click on next, and I'll see you guys on the next screen. So after you fill in those details, you're going to be met with this screen right here, and they're going to ask for your category of what you're selling. And so you can click right here and choose from all of these based on what you're selling, obviously. So my website is like a fake motorcycle selling website, whatever, like a dealership or whatever. So I'm going to choose transportation right here, and then you have to select a subcategory. And so my subcategory is going to be something about motorcycle shops and dealers right here. So I'll choose motorcycles, and then I'll give a little description about my business right here. And then afterwards, I can enter in my store phone number, and then we'll click on next. All right. And then after you enter in those store details, you'll see the last step is review. You're just going to review all of your information, and then you can click on submit verification. So we're going to click on that, and then we're good to go. So now your information has been submitted, and so we're waiting for verification. So after your account has been verified, that's when you can finally start accepting Shopify payments. And that's all you have to do. So that's the first one, which is setting up Shopify payments. And you guys also have the option to turn on two-factor authentication, and you'd click on turn on right here. And then you just have to scan the QR code, or link it to one of your third-party apps, however you guys want to go about that. Two-factor authentication is pretty standard. So we can go back to the payments tab. And so now that we have Shopify payments set up, which is it's creating a Shopify balance account currently, and we will be notified when the balance is ready to go, which it says takes a few minutes. And then also we have to make sure that the verification goes through, of course, for your identity. So anyways, now that we have Shopify payments done, and it accepts everything for you, Visa, MasterCard, Amex, Discover, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Meta Pay, Amazon Pay. Well, it looks like it's deactivated. Well, whatever. It takes most things. And then on top of that, if someone doesn't want to use their credit card for your website, and some people like using PayPal because it kind of adds that layer of protection, we're also going to do PayPal. And all you have to do for PayPal is you just click on the setup right here, and all you have to do is just connect your account. So all you have to do is click on complete setup right here, and then it's going to take you to PayPal for you to just log in, which I don't have an account under this email with PayPal. It's with other emails. So I'm not going to go ahead and do it right now, but that's all you do is you just log in through PayPal, and then you say accept, and you're connected to your website. It's super simple. And then obviously if you ever want to deactivate PayPal, you can right there. But once you're done with PayPal, that's how you set up payments for your website. So you have Shopify payments, which is like credit card, Google Pay, Apple Pay, and all that stuff. And then you also have PayPal, which just covers the rest of your bases. Okay, so that's actually how you set up your payments through Shopify. Now, what I want to do next is talk about some of the important settings inside of the site settings. Settings. I mean, you guys get it. So under site settings, you can first go to general right here. I mean, I'm just doing this while we're in here. But anyways, you can go to general right here. And first you're going to see your store details. This is where you can actually change your store name. So right now it says my store. I can change this to CAPW Moto Store. And I could also add my store phone number if, for people to have access to call me or whatever. But, that's irrelevant. You guys can put that in if you want to or not. But that's where you guys can change your store name right there. Under the general tab, this is also where you're going to be able to change all the settings like your store defaults for the imperial system, or if you guys are going to go metric, if you guys are using pounds, if you guys, your time zone, which is important, but Shopify should do that automatically for you. What else? We have, so order ID for prefix and suffix. Some people get complicated with this. You can keep it simple, just leave a number sign there, but basically you can choose what's going to be in front or behind. So if I put ASDF, you'll see that now it's going to be behind on all the order numbers. You guys can have whatever system of organizing your order IDs however you want, but that's just where you can do it. You'll see your order processing down here, and then also I thought this is where you would change your currency. Oh, currency display. There it is. I thought currency was down below, but it isn't. So right up here, you can also change your currency. So mine's using the US dollar, but you guys can go ahead and click on the 6 dots right here, and you can change your store currency right there. So anyways, that's the general tab. Next, we're going to go down to users and permissions. So users and permissions, I wanted to take a second to talk about. Not very long though. You can't use users and permissions unless you upgrade, but this is where you can do staff accounts. So if you plan on having multiple people be able to log in underneath you and can work on the website for you or manage orders, you're going to hire someone to do returns for you because that's a whole other beast to tackle. If you're going to have a team of people working with you, this is where you're going to create their accounts. You'll see right now that there's only one account under like the permissions it's called, but this is the only account that I have, and it's my store admin, and I'm logged in right now. You can transfer ownership if you want to other admin accounts. You can create other admin accounts, but you have to upgrade to use this feature to have multiple employee accounts to work on your website for you. So if it's just going to be you handling all of your shipping, all of your returns, all of your order processing, then you're fine. But if you actually wanted to have some people that you're going to hire to work on your website for you, like hiring someone to take care of returns, then you're going to have to sign up for, or you're going to have to upgrade your plan with Shopify. And they give a little button right here where you can click on it. It's going to open on a new tab. Here, I can do it right now. You click on it. It doesn't open a new tab, but it's going to ask you to upgrade your plan. And so you'll see that you can add to the Shopify, the advanced, or the plus. Right now, I think we're on basic. And then so, yeah, here we go. So 5 additional staff accounts. Those are the staff accounts that we're talking about right now. As you can see, that's not available in the basic plan, which is what we're signed up for solo entrepreneurs, for small teams. It's almost like they kind of make that clear. So you'll notice that regardless, it's going to be $1 for the first month. And then don't let that trick you though. It goes up to $79 a month for the Shopify account. The basic is only $29 a month. And then advanced is $299 a month. But with the advanced, instead of getting 5, you get 15 additional staff accounts. So if you start getting bigger and bigger and bigger and you want to hire more people to do individual tasks for you, then you might want to go up to the advanced. But regardless, that is how you guys can add staff accounts to your website, which is a big deal once you start to grow, because sometimes we're not on online store, we're on settings. It's a big deal because eventually it becomes too much for one person to handle. But anyways, as of right now, you don't really have to touch users and permissions if it's just going to be you. The payments tab we already went over. We can go to the checkout tab. And so the checkout tab is all of the checkout information. So first of all, you've got your customer contact method. And so it's phone number and email, or you could just say email. So that's completely up to you if you have an SMS app installed or not, but you guys can do that right there. And so next we have a box right here that says show a link for customers to track their order with Shop. So you're going to have to go over to Shop and create an account with them, and then it partners as an app onto your website. And then from there, customers can log in through Shop and track their order process as it's going through processing, shipping, and being delivered. So you guys can check this box and go log in with them, or you can uncheck it. I'd recommend creating an account with them so that people can track their orders, because it's, just for that transparency aspect, it's a good idea. The next box though, I don't ever usually check, but if you check it, it's going to require customers to create an account and log in before they can check out. This is just going to ruin your sales. Leave that unchecked. This is only if you need to sell, specific things where they have to create an account first, and you want to, like maybe if you're selling a digital product or something, but for the most part, you don't have to create an account to buy anything online for most websites. Now it's going to ask if they want to create an account, and that's perfectly fine, but I wouldn't require them to do it just so they can check out. It's just like, it's like barrier to checkout. So that's up to you guys though, but that's what that does. Next, you would have customer information right here. And so this is where you just require the first and last name, or only require the last name. Basically, you just get to choose the requirements. It's got some recommended tabs for you, and then you can decide what you want. If you want to include address line 1 or 2, obviously include address line 2, because that's for like apartments and stuff like that. And so many of us live in apartments, but this is where you can change your requirements. Down below is the marketing options. You can choose to have your marketing for email and SMS pre-selected if you choose SMS right here, but that's if you have an app for doing the texting. If you're doing just email marketing, you can do pre-selected, which basically means whenever they check out and they have to put their email so that they can get notifications. Pre-selected means they're already opted in by default to receive your marketing emails, and they have to opt out, which is normally what people do. You can also uncheck this, and that means they would have to check the box to receive marketing information. So that's completely up to you guys. I'm going to leave that one checked so that obviously more people are going to get the emails that I'm marketing out to them. And again, they can still opt out, but by default, it is pre-selected. Down below, you can also do tipping. I personally just think tipping is ridiculous. I'm going online to buy a pair of pants from your website. I don't need to tip you for shipping the product to me. That's just my personal opinion. Sorry. But you can allow tipping on your Shopify website if you want. And then when you click it, you can do your different presets for like 10, 15, 20%, or maybe you start at 20%, 25%, 30%, however you guys want to go about that. But I'm just going to go ahead and leave tipping off of this website. And then you guys can kind of go through everything else if you guys want to on your own time. That's kind of the basics of your checkout right here. Oh, we have to click on save to move on. So click on save right there. And now we can move on. Okay, so that's the checkout tab. From here, we can go ahead and move on down to customer accounts. And so customer accounts is kind of managing how people log into your website if they have an account with you, because obviously you can do a guest checkout. So the first thing is to show a login link in the header of your website. So whenever someone visits your website, in the header navigation, you can see where you can actually try and log in. I would definitely recommend having that on there. I would definitely recommend enabling that right here. You've got classic and new, which new is actually new to me. Customers log in with a one-time code sent to their email. Okay, so you can do new where they have to use an email. It's a one-time code, or classic, which is the email and password. So that's totally up to you guys, whichever one. It looks like Shopify is recommending new to you. So you guys can pick however you guys want people to log in. So next we have new customer accounts. New customer accounts, the first one that I would seriously recommend you be very careful with is self-serve returns. It allows customers to request and manage returns on their own. Customize what your customers can return with the return rules. And you'd have to go and set those up by clicking on this link right here. Basically, it kind of automates half of your return process for you. It can definitely be really nice if you're like a solo entrepreneur who's running this website completely alone. So you have to work with your order fulfillment, your processing, your shipping. You have to do the returns and everything. It is kind of nice, but it can get out of hand very quickly. So just be very careful with it. You can turn it on and play around with it however you guys want. Just be very careful. That's all I'm going to say. And then you can allow people to use store credit, which is a whole other animal, but you guys can select that right here like this. But whenever you do that, you have to configure it a little bit, but I'm going to leave that off, but you can allow store credit if you want to. And then afterwards, you guys can also manage the URL. It's like the slug for your account login right there. Afterwards, we can go to classic customer accounts for branding. So branding is how you can customize, it's going to open it up right now. It's how you can customize the login page. This is what it looks like. So when you download the Shopify themes like we did at the very beginning of this video, most of the time Shopify themes already have this kind of themed out and it looks nice, but you can choose to customize this even further. So it's totally up to you guys. And it's the exact same editor that we edited the hero or the homepage with. So you guys can decide if you want to do that or not. I'm going to leave it the way it is, but you can play around with the customer login customization. So from here, what I'm going to do is, it's kind of annoying that it doesn't open it on a new tab. So you have to click exit, go back to settings, and then go over here to customer accounts. There we go. So that's all the customer accounts there. Next, we can talk about shipping and delivery as well as taxes and duties. And so these two are kind of more of the important settings. So let's go ahead and get into shipping and delivery. So for shipping, it's really simple. We're just going to go up here and click on new profile, just like this. And from here, it's going to have you create a profile name. Customers aren't going to see this, but this is basically just for you to understand that type of profile because you might have multiple on your website. And it's for certain types of products. For this example, I'm just going to pretend like I'm selling a motorcycle. So I'm just going to say motorcycle is the profile name, just like that. And then for motorcycle, you can add products to this profile of shipping, which will also have its own zones and rates underneath it. Let's just say, like, for example, I sell motorcycles, but I also sell helmets and I sell gloves and jackets and everything. Helmets, gloves, and jackets do not weigh as much or have the same shipping requirements as shipping an entire freaking motorcycle, for example. So you might create multiple profiles where motorcycles have one profile with their own shipping rates and zones, and then helmets or apparel and clothing might have its own. And then maybe, like, if for some reason I also sell motor oil for bikes and stuff like that, then maybe like maintenance accessories or oil has its own profile for shipping. That's how you guys create multiple shipping profiles. I'm just going to create one for motorcycles because that's really all I'm selling on this website, for example. And so because I'm only creating that first one, let's move on into what products are included in it, which I can click on add products and I mean, it's going to be all the bikes because all I'm selling are bikes, but you'd go in here and manually select all the products that would be under this profile. And then you create another one for apparel and you'd select all the products that are under apparel. So all the helmets, gloves, jackets, and so on and so on. So what I'm going to do is just select all of them because it's just going to cover all my products because they're all bikes and we're good to go. Next, I can scroll on down and I have my shipping zones. So we're going to create a zone, and then each zone that you create, you can have separate rates for that zone. So if I'm shipping to the US, I can have a flat rate, an express shipping, and a free free shipping rate. And then if I'm shipping to, Europe, then I can have a different price. And then if I'm shipping here, different price, if that makes any sense. So that's what we're going to do. We'll create a zone. You find out where you're going to ship to, which you have to name it, just name it where you're going to ship to. So United States. I don't know why I was expecting it to auto-populate. This is what's going to auto-populate. You search for United, and I've got the United States right here. So there's 62 states inside of the United States. Interesting. But we click on done right here. And so now we have the United States as our zone, but we don't have any rates. And so that's what we have to set up, is how much we're going to charge people, right? So we click on add rate, and we can create a flat rate or use a carrier app to calculate rates. This gets a little complicated. You'd have to download an app that can hook up with UPS or with USPS or whatever shipping provider you're going to use. I'm just going to show you guys flat rates for now. But this is really nice if you guys want to calculate exact shipping rates. But if you're not going to calculate exact shipping rates for anywhere in the entire country or whatever, then just do flat rates and make sure you kind of overestimate how much the shipping is going to cost. So we've got our flat rate set. The shipping rate, which we can choose express, standard, economy, or custom. So I'm just going to say the first one is going to be economy. So the first one is like the regular price for shipping. So if you're not worried about it getting here fast, then this price can be, to ship a motorcycle might be like $100-$200 to ship. I don't know, depending on weight. I'm just going to say 100 because I don't know. I haven't Googled this beforehand. I don't know what the weight to price ratio is for shipping a motorcycle, but whatever. I mean, bikes weigh like 400 pounds, so it's not small. Anyways, let's just say the price is 100. We're going to pretend. So you don't care how long it takes. It's $100 on top of whatever the price of the bike is. We click on done. Oh, it also gives you that little preview right there at the bottom. So that's what it's going to look like in the checkout page right down whenever they say, add to cart, and then they look at their checkout page. They'll see economy, express, whatever, all the options. So we just created economy. We also need to have an express shipping so they can pay more for faster shipping. And so we would go and click on add rate. We say express this time. I guess the other one, instead of economy, I should have done standard, whatever. You can do all three. It's up to you. But anyways, flat rate, express, and then we can change the price to be, if you want it in 1 to 2 days instead of 5 to 8 days, it's going to double the price. Let's just say 200. I don't actually know if that's accurate or not. And then we click on done. So now we have our shipping zone. So anytime I ship anywhere in the United States, it's going to be $100. And if they want it faster, it's $200. Now, if I was going to sell in Europe as well, and I'm willing to do overseas shipping, make sure you have all your customs information and all of that stuff. If you were, you'd create another zone and you'd call this one Europe, and then you would search for Europe. I don't know how to spell. There we go. Well, it's not even going to pop up. Pick a specific place. Like, let's just say, Asia. So we'd say Asia, and then we check Asia, and then we click continue. So then you would have, customers in this zone won't be able to complete checkout. No rates. Okay, well, we're not going to pick Asia, apparently. I was trying to give you another example. If you pick another country that you're going to ship to, you would repeat these steps to do economy, express, and standard, but for whatever the price would be to ship it way over there. So you'd have to calculate your shipping prices, make sure it's included here. We're just going to click on this and say delete. So I'm going to stick to just US, but as you can see, you would have multiple zones with multiple prices inside of each zone, just to cover your bases. Okay, so now I've got my shipping set up. We can click on save in the bottom and we're done. Next, we can move on to taxes and duties. Now, taxes and duties, I'm not going to cover too much because this is going to be your responsibility to go and find out your local tax information and your information to get your identification numbers for wherever you're trying to ship to. That's going to be on you guys, but just a quick heads up, you want to make sure you pay attention to your taxes, make sure you're collecting your taxes. Now, I am not a tax lawyer or anything like that. I don't have any authority speaking on the matter of taxes. I'm not trying to tell you how to do it. I'm just showing you where to insert the information that you get yourself into your website. So that's what we're doing here. So the first thing you have under taxes is regional settings right here. And then the rest is just asking you if you want to upgrade your plan and then also apps and stuff like that. So really it's just regional settings. From here, you're going to select the zone, just like a shipping zone. You're going to search your zone that you're going to be using your taxes in, which I'm just going to do United States again. Click on United States, and now we can collect tax in the regions where you're liable, or you can just create a new region. So I'll just create a new region right here, and then you would select which state you want to do. I'm in Texas, so let's choose Texas. Why not? I choose Texas. It's going to give you a little link to go and register for your tax authority and get your number that you're going to put in, and you put your sales tax ID. You guys can go and collect your sales tax IDs, however you guys want to go about it, but that's basically how you insert them into your website. Okay, so now we're going to go down to policies. I know I'm going to drop all the way down and miss all of this stuff, but bear bear with me here. So now, in order to have your store up and running, you have to have return and refund policies, privacy policies, terms and service policies, terms and service, shipping policy, and all of that stuff. Now, if you guys don't have anything set up yet, don't worry. Shopify has templates, which is really cool. Now, obviously, Shopify has a template, but you're responsible for setting up your own policies. They just have a template that they can use to get you started. It's not like it's actual ready to go just for you. So let me give you an example. Click on return and refund policy, and you can insert a template. They have a template ready for you to go. But Shopify is saying right here, templates aren't legal advice. By using the policies, you agree and have read to the disclaimer under Shopify. And here's their disclaimer. This is for informational purposes only. It's not legally binding yet for Shopify. Like, you can't get Shopify in trouble because you use their template and then someone tried to return something and you lost money or something like that. This is on you. You have to read through the template, make the changes you want based on how you're going to do your policies, and then click on save. I'm just going to use the template because this is an example, but that's how you would do it, is you would just insert the template and you're good to go. It still says policy not set for some reason, but we have a policy in place. So maybe that's just a caching issue or something like that. Okay, so that's the return and refund. You would do the same thing for the rest of these. You can click on privacy policy, insert a template, which they have, but you need to read through. Click on save when you're done. And then you would go to terms and service, insert a template, save, and you're good. Shipping policy, exact same thing. Oh, they're not even going to have a policy for shipping policy. So you'd have to draft up your own and then click on save. And then finally, your contact information, which you just enter in yourself, or it looks like they have a template for contact information, which gets you ready. So they've got the email, that's the admin email hooked up to your account. They have CAPW Moto Store, which is the name of your business. You have to put in your phone number, your VAT number, trade number, physical address, and you guys can do your own thing there. But we'll click on save for now. Once you guys are done with your policies, we can now talk about discounts for your website. And I guess in this step of setting up your payments, your shipping, and your taxes, I'm kind of just covering all the settings, because usually the whole process of building these websites for yourself or for clients is you get all the pictures, text, content, you sign up with Shopify, you build the website, and then you do all the settings afterwards, and then you're done. That's usually how it goes. So that's the order I'm kind of doing it here for you guys. So anyways, the last thing you do is discounts. Once you already have all your products in place, you can have whoever you're building the website for tell you the discounts, or you're generating them yourself. But for discounts, you would click on create discount right here. And you have 4 different types of discounts, and they're very standard types of discounts. First one being amount off of a product. So you can basically, you choose a product. So you'd click on it like this, and you'd have to choose the product that you're doing this off of. Let me actually stick to the 4 real fast, and then I'll go in there and actually show you how to build them. But this is amount off of a product. So next we have buy X and get Y. So buy X and get Y for what? You would actually set that in the settings, but you could say buy X and you get Y for free, or you buy X and get Y 20% off. You guys would set that up however you want, but that's how you would do it. Amount off of an order. So you could say, instead of saying $10 off of the Ducati, that I'm selling, one of those motorcycles, you would say amount off the order. So that would be 20% discount on any order that's over $20,000, because the bikes are $20,000. 20% off of orders over $100, for example. That's amount off of the order. And then you have free shipping, which just takes your shipping off. Super simple. So anyways, let's go ahead and get in here and actually create a couple. So amount off of products is really simple. You can do a discount code or an automatic discount. Discount code is usually what I go with. And so for the discount code, you actually type in what the code would be. So amount off of a product, let's just say $20 off Ducati. 20 off Ducati is the discount code. They put that into the coupon code, and then they get $20 off of that. And this might be something that you put on a flyer and you send it out to people, or you do it in your email marketing, however you want to go about it. You can also generate random codes if you don't want it to be too obvious or on the nose. That's up to you. But regardless, you put in the method, which is your discount code. Next, you got the discount value. You can go percentage or fixed amount. Fixed amount is like dollars off or whatever your currency is. So we'll just say a percentage. Actually, we'll do a fixed amount. They're spending $20,000 something on the Ducati. So let's just say $500 off of the Ducati. I don't know. So $500 off of a Ducati of specific collections. I'm basically just putting these on sale for $500 off if you have a coupon code. And that's to encourage people to pay attention to your emails. But you would search specific collections or specific products. You can do it on the entire sport collection or just on Ducatis. So sport, select products, you click on browse, and let's do the Ducati sport motorcycle, add, there we go. So obviously if I had more Ducatis, then I would select more products, but I only have the one. Okay, so next is this little checkbox that's actually very important depending on how big the discount is. If it's really small discount and you don't care if people kind of double up on it, then that's fine. But you want to check this box most of the time. Basically, it's saying that they only apply this discount once per order. So what if someone orders 3 Ducati motorcycles, then they would get $1,500 off. Because if it's not selected, they get $500 off each item in the order. If you only want $500 off of the first Ducati, then you would check this box right here. So I just recommend using that checkbox to prevent people from using it a ton in conjunction with a bunch of items. So, it can get out of hand. So just make sure you check that box. It's up to you. Next, we have minimum purchase requirements. So this would be if I wanted to take $500 off of a Ducati, if the order is always over $20,000 or $30,000. So they have to order some stuff with the Ducati and then they'll get $500 off. That's kind of the idea there. Customer eligibility is saying all customers, specific customer segments, or specific customers. So you can set that however you want. And then you can also do maximum discount uses. This is kind of important as well. You can limit the number of times the discount can be used in total. So if you check this box, you would say it can be used 10 times. So that means in total, 10 people use this coupon code and then it expires, right? That's the first one. Second one is limit per customer. So this means unlimited amount of people can use it, but they can only use it one time per person. So that's what those two are. You want to really pay attention to those depending on what your discount is. So just make sure you pay attention. Next, you have combinations. Can this coupon code be used in combination with other coupon codes? So if you have like 30 coupon codes that you're running for your email marketing, you want to know if this can be used in conjunction with. I usually would recommend not using it in conjunction with other discounts. Now, this also asks if it's product discounts, like if it's on sale, order discounts, or shipping discounts. You can check all three or you can leave them unchecked. I would recommend making sure that it's not used in conjunction with your other ones, just because some people can go crazy and use a ton of coupon codes in the same order. Just to make sure something like that doesn't go out of control, I would make sure you just leave it where it's not in combination. But that's up to you guys. And then lastly, I had to look underneath my microphone here. We've got active dates, and that's basically just the expiration date for this coupon code. So you can say this coupon code lasts all of July and call it a July sale. That's basically what this is. Once you're done and you're happy with your coupon code, you click on save discount minimum. Oh, okay. So this actually can't be blank. That's my bad. So for the minimum purchase amount, let's just say 20,000, and then we click on save. Now we have successfully created a coupon code. So now when we click on discounts, it's not blank. We have one and it's active. Now I don't actually remember what I set the day to. Let's see. Active dates. That's what I was looking for at the bottom. It looks like the start date is here and I have to set an end date. So it's actually a permanent coupon code until I set an end date. So just make sure you guys are paying attention to that. Let's go back to discounts. So once you guys know how to edit one coupon code, the rest become kind of similar. Let's go ahead and create another discount code, buy X, get Y off, or amount off order. It doesn't really matter which one. We'll do amount off the order. Same thing, you would add in a coupon code and then you could do a percentage or a fixed amount. The minimum purchase requirements. So this one, amount off an order, you could say no minimum requirement. You could say, yes, they have to at least spend $50 and then they get $5 off, for example. And then a minimum quantity of items. This could be, hey, if you purchase 3 motorcycles, you get $10,000 off, for example. Customer eligibility is the same. Limit the maximum discount, combinations, and active dates. That's all the same. So I'm going to discard this one because there's no point, but I just wanted to show you guys that. And then we also have buy X, get Y. Same thing with the coupon code. That's how it's activated. The minimum quantity of items or minimum purchase amount right here. So you could do quantity of items. It has to at least have, 5 items in the cart, or it would be a purchase amount. They have to spend over a certain amount of money. To activate this, we can choose if it's products or collections again, which is the same thing that you guys saw earlier. And then you would select which one they have to buy. So let's say they have to buy a Ducati, add, and then what do they get? So this is what they spend, this is what they get. So if they buy a Ducati, let's just say that they get a KTM Sport Moto right here. Let's just say that they get this one for like 5 or 10% off, right? Let's just do 5% off. So that's the percentage. And then we can set a maximum number of uses per order. I mean, for motorcycles, I don't know if someone's going to come in here and spend, buy 3 motorcycles to take advantage of my discount. But again, that's the exact same thing. You can say yes, this is the maximum use that they can use this per one order. It's kind of the same thing as the other ones where you can limit it to how many times they can use it in an order. And then the rest is all the same standard stuff. Eligibility, the discount maximum, the combinations, and the active dates. So I also wouldn't recommend leaving them as infinite like I am. I'm just doing that because it's an example and I'm being a little lazy, but I'd always recommend setting an end date so that your coupons aren't just permanent forever. Make sure you set an expiration date, even if it is a year in advance. Do what you got to do. And then we save the discount. Oh, I didn't even enter in half the details for this one, so I'm going to discard it instead. But that is how you do it. You basically just have to do your little qualifications right here. That's the only thing. This little chunk is what makes it different from the other coupons, is what they have to spend in order to get that coupon. So let's just go ahead and discard that one. Discard. There we go. So that's how you do discounts. Let's go ahead and hop back into the Shopify dashboard. Okay. So finally, now you have a fully functioning e-commerce store at your fingertips. So now what we're gonna do is talk about how to get a domain name for your website, as well as how to sign up for a Shopify plan so that your website is online and live and ready to visit. Let me show you guys how to do that right now. So again, from inside of your Shopify dashboard, you've probably noticed down in the bottom corner, this little thing right here saying that you have 3 days left, 2 days left, or less than a day left in your free trial. So this is your free trial. Before you even sign up for a plan, you get 3 days to customize, build, and do whatever you want. And this is without even creating an account, without putting a credit card down, anything. Once you select a plan, you still have 14 days of a free trial to get like your money back and everything. So by the way, we're gonna go over here and say select your plan in the bottom right corner. And it's gonna bring up Shopify's pricing table. And you guys saw this a little while ago. I don't remember what part it was because it's been a little while now. But anyways, we've got basic, Shopify, advanced, and plus. And I kind of doubt anyone's gonna go for plus who's watching this video, but that's totally up to you guys. We're probably gonna go with the basic plan for today. And if any of you guys need like oh, that's what it was. It was for the additional staff accounts. I remember now. If any of you guys need something like this, the 5 staff accounts, or if you guys are looking at having some lower card rates for your Shopify payments, then you guys might want to go with this one. But anyways, regardless, make sure you pay attention to how much it's going to be. So it's $1 for your first month for all of these, but once it renews after your first month, you'll see that it goes up to $29, $79, $299. So just keep that in mind. This is your business. You're going to have to invest anyways. But so I'm going to go ahead and click on select the basic plan right here. And then next, this is very similar. It's going to be really easy for you to do, but it's very similar to signing up with any hosting provider. Put your credit card information in, choose how often you want to make payments, buy it. That's it. Super simple. So I'm going to take a second to add all of my payment information right here, and then I'll click on subscribe and we're done. Right here, you'll see it's actually, so the part where I said you put in your information, choose how often you want to make payments, and then buy, that second step is just this little box up here. Do you want to pay monthly or do you want to pay yearly? You'll save $120 if you pay yearly rather than monthly. But that means that you're paying for the entire year up front. So if I select this box, instead of amount due is this and $39 on August 1st, you'll see that I check this box and all of a sudden it's $348. And that's because you're paying for all 12 months up front. But if you were to pay monthly for all 12 of those months, you'd be saving $120 because you signed up for the year. So if you plan on signing up for the year, I mean, that's $120 that you're saving. It's kind of a big deal. I'm going to leave it off though. This is just an example. Anyways, I'm going to fill in my credit card information. Once you're done choosing if you're going to go monthly or yearly, you just click subscribe and you're done. That's how you sign up for a plan with Shopify. They make it so easy. So I'll put in my info and I'll see you guys on the next screen. Okay, perfect. And that's it. So I went ahead and filled out my credit card information. The very next screen just asked me for my business address and then that's it. And it takes you back to your Shopify dashboard. So that's how you sign up for your plan with Shopify. And so now you'll see that my store name is up there because it asks you again for your store name, but your store name's up here. You no longer have that notification saying that your free trial is going to expire. You're good to go. We have our hosting. Our website is live, but we still have a temporary domain. And so you'll look up here and our temporary domain, if I were to view our website, let me go ahead and click on online store and then click on view. Our online store still has this god-awful temporary domain. And that's what temporary domains are, is they look like gibberish. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this right here from 9dfa7067myshopify.com to say capwmotoshop.com or just motoshop.com. This is where you're picking the domain for your business. It's the name of your business. That's how it works. But we're not going to look like this anymore. So in order to do that, all we have to do is we go to the settings tab in the bottom left corner again, and you'll see domains right here, a little bit lower than halfway down. Click on domains and you have the option to buy a new domain. It's that simple. Shopify makes it super easy. You put your credit card in, you're signed up for hosting. You put your credit card in, you're signed up for a domain. It's done. So click on buy new domain right here. It's going to ask you to search for your domain name right here. So just type it in and see if it's available. So I typed in CAPW Moto Store and you'll see capwmotostore.com is available. It's going to be $15 per year right there. And so you'll see I also have different options down below, .net, .org, .store, .shop, .info. You guys can pick whatever domain you want. I usually recommend .coms because they're the most common and the most professional looking. And most people, if they're looking for a website, they go .com. So that's why I always try and fight for a .com if you can. Once you guys find that your domain is available, just click on buy domain. From here, you'll be able to review your order before you you purchase it. We've got our domain up here, CAPW Moto Store. CAPW just stands for Create a Pro Website. It's really hard to find domain names nowadays, so I always put CAPW in front, so that's why it's there. So we've got CAPWmotostore.com for $15 a year, and we want auto renew turned on. If you turn that off and you forget to make your payment, your domain name will be suspended and your website's pulled off the internet until you make a payment, which means you're losing money because people aren't able to buy stuff on your store. So I would just make sure auto renew is on. That's up to you guys. And you'll see it says the next charge will be $15. It's $15 every time. July 13th, 2025. So it's this day, but next year. So I would just turn it on so you don't forget about it. Easy peasy. Next, you'll just confirm your contact information. By the way, domain names, the way that they're registered is they use contact information as one of the ways that secure the domain. So if you want to transfer domains to a different location, you have to have the contact information and the transfer number. So that's two things in order to transfer a domain from one registrar to another. You don't have to know this, but contact information actually does play an important role. It's not just like you're just filling out willy-nilly information. So that being the case, it's also important because you'll notice down here it says Whois privacy at the very bottom. Whois is a domain registry database, for lack of better words. It's basically how you find everybody's contact information for the domain name that you're looking at. So if I go to Amazon.com, I can look at the Whois and see what I need for contact information. So domain privacy protection or domain Whois privacy protection means it's going to protect your personal phone number and stuff like that from just anybody out there who has access to Whois, because Whois is a public database, just so you know. So it's always really nice when you get Whois privacy protection. If it's an extra fee, I always pay for it. It helps your phone number not get blown up with a bunch of telemarketers. But it looks like it's included with Shopify, which is a really nice feature. So we're good. So for the same $15, your personal info is going to be protected. So once you're ready, you just click on buy domain and you're done. So again, to buy your hosting, you just click on the little button, put in your credit card, pay, done. And then to buy a domain name, you just go to the domains tab, pay, and you're done. It's super easy. Okay, so now that we've already purchased our domain name, we're good to go. This is now anytime you go to the domains tab, it's just going to show you all the information about your domain. So what we can see right here is this yellow tab that says verify your email to finish registration. This is very important. Make sure you go and verify your email. If you don't, within a certain amount of time, it says verify within 15 days right there. It's different for every company, but this is the same for every hosting provider out there. Verify your email within that certain amount of time or they resend your domain and I think they refund you or something, whatever, but you don't get the domain. So make sure you verify your domain, please. Or your email, I mean. All you got to do is just go open a new tab. I mean, it takes 2 seconds. Open your Gmail or whatever your email account is. You're going to click on the email and then all you're going to do is just go to the Shopify email that just popped up. And then from here, you'll just actually click on the email and then just verify your email. So click on the link right here. And then here you go. It says verify your information. You just click on verify and you're good to go. Done. Okay. And so once you're done with that, you can close out of that tab, close out of your email, go right back in and we can refresh the page. And it shouldn't say that I need to verify again, which it still does for some reason. But we verified our email. I'll go double check off camera to make sure that I did it right. But all you do is you just go check your email, say verify, and you're done. But anyways, other than that, that's how you can purchase a domain for your website. And you can check to make sure that it's always auto renewing right here as well. But other than that, we can just go back to the general tab and actually just go back to our Shopify dashboard. There we go. All right, guys. Congratulations on finishing your entire e-commerce store with Shopify. If you guys enjoyed this Shopify tutorial, be sure to let me know down in the comments and tune into the channel for the next few weeks as I put out more Shopify tutorials. If you want to learn more about email marketing or other integrations for Shopify, let me know and I can do videos for you guys. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video.